Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I want to welcome you here today because we have to talk about it. Assets are going down. Are you ready to play? Do you want a bomba? All right. Investors warning ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it tonight. And I wanted to have on a special guest tonight, but unfortunately could not happen because we were going to talk about trust tonight. That's right. Unfortunately, they have to fly out tomorrow morning and wasn't able to catch up with us this evening because they're preparing to leave. So we'll have to do it another time. And I don't know when that's going to be, quite frankly, but it's okay. We're still ready to roll. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now. Let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much for being here. And I should apologize. I'm also late this evening, but you know what? It threw me off. It's light outside. So therefore, it's been dark for the last few months. So it threw me off. I'm supposed to be an hour from now. And I happen to be a little bit late, but I want to welcome you here. And I thank you for waiting around for me. I appreciate it. And let me see who's in the house first. It's 2 minutes, 22 minutes, 2 minutes, 22 seconds in. Please smash the like button. This is how the YouTube gods know that we're in the house tonight. And during the course of this conversation, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell so you can get it. Now, let's see who's here. We have Laverne Penix in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to the name. And by the way, he has the all-time great nickname, Mr. Cool. He's in the house. And he says, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. He says, let's make some cash. That's what we're trying to do here. Assets are going down, and I mean stock market. That's right. Crypto, if you call that an asset, going down. Gold, silver, precious metals, it actually took a little dip. What's next? How about real estate? Get that big smile on. You guys know this is the theme. We need passive income this year, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to have that duffel bag of cash ready. T minus 3, 4, 5 days right now. Oh, my. The Federal Reserve is going to be coming up in the next 24, 48 hours talking about they're going to increase the interest rates. This is going to be very interesting what's going to happen on the other assets regarding real estate. But I have something else to report to you today about real estate in the DR. I know we always talk about the DR, but this is very, very special what's happening here. We're going to talk about it first before we get into assets are going down. Edmund Vilvert's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, hello, everyone. Hello to you as well. Thank you once again for being here. CFG Properties LLC. I like that. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live streams. He says, yes, sir. That's right. Yes, we're going to make this work, ladies and gentlemen. Assets pay us. Remember, we need those passive income streams coming in this year, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be shy about it. I know it's going to be work. I know it's going to be a little hard, but that just means the price of everything's going up. We got to create more passive income. How are you going to do that? Auntie Val, aka Professor Auntie Val, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And with the icon next to the name, and in case you're new here and don't know what that means, the icon means they're members of the channel. So I want to thank you so much for being here. And she says her tagline, good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength and the support. Thank you so much once again, Auntie Val, for being here. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He also has the icon next to his name. So thank you so much for being here. And his tagline is already, "Hi all, let's do this." That's right. We're always going to be let's do this, because that's what we do around here, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're new here, you know what we do. We actually tell you what's going to happen, a little futuristic. Then we say, even if it's bad or even if it's good, then we say how to counteract the good or the bad. Where else are you going to get this? We can always report bad news like, hey, the stock market went down today. Okay, what are we going to do about it? Crypto's been going down today or the last week or month. What are you going to do about it? That's the options right here in the SSN Nation that we have to talk about. All right, I'm hurt today, ladies and gentlemen. You guys don't understand. There's something that I found out. Todd Alley Good, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon he does not have. Notice no icon, but it's all right. He says, "Peace, King. Peace to you as well." So thank you so much for being here. A3 Saval is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, "Hello all." A3 Saval, hello to you. Thank you so much for being here. And by the way, this is early. Let me know who received YouTube notification and who saw the trailer. Hopefully you saw both, but let me know if one or the other that you received. We're trying to find out if we get 10 or more people that have seen this YouTube trailer and who received the YouTube notification. A3 Saval, so happy to see you once again. And let me get Todd's name up here again so I can make sure. Alley Good. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into this right now. Assets are going down. Now, again, we always have this conversation. What are assets in reality? Most people look at assets like, of course, the stock market, real estate. Now, crypto is somewhat of an asset, so they claim. I still have the jury's out, but I'm counting as an asset. Why? Because you can borrow against it. You can use crypto as collateral. So therefore, I have to call it an asset, right? Gold, silver, precious metals. Are those assets? Well, I don't call them assets because I call them a black hole. But nonetheless, to some people, they're assets. So traditionally, they're assets as well. All right. So they're going down, or are they? But the question is this. Most people think of things going down in a different direction, in a different way. So we looked at the stock market for the last 5 weeks. It's been going down week over week, right? Okay, everybody recognizes that. But I'm just going to ask you something. What if the stock market stayed the same price, real estate stayed the same price, all the assets stayed the same price? Are you ahead or not is the real question. And what most people don't realize is you're not going to be ahead. Why? Because we've talked about this several times. You keep forgetting the inflation. If my assets stay the same, and then it costs me more to put gas in my car, to go to the grocery store, to do anything else, that in essence to me means my assets are going down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, think about it. That's what that means. So the only way that I can increase or stay ahead is I have to make the 10 to 15% or 20% that the prices went up. I got to make it up somewhere. And if you don't have a business, shout out to everybody who has started their business, you can then change your prices to increase your price based on inflation numbers. That's the point of having a business. That's the point of running and getting extra streams of income. And also, this is the point of why you want to have a duffel bag of cash ready, or ways to pull a lever to make some things happen. All right. Either way, you're going to need something happening. All right. Let's see who else is in the house tonight. All right. Look here. We have one first up. Got the notification and trailer from Victor Marrero. Thank you so much. Mr. Compensations in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I'm very happy to see you once again. Hope all has been going well. How's everything going is what he's asking. Everything's going great, man. It's the best that can be. You know, you wake up today, all is good. If you don't wake up, You'll never know if it's good or bad in that case. So it's a good thing when you're above ground and wake up. You have another day to be the best that you can be. So once again, Mr. Compensation, I'm very happy to see you, and I hope all has been going great with you. I appreciate you being in the house. Michael Caesar's here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon. And I appreciate you being here. And he says, what's up, my people? Hey, it's going, my man. This is how we got to do it. You know, we got to talk about assets going down. Nobody wants to look at these numbers. Nobody. If real estate starts going down, people start panicking. When anything starts going down that you invested in, people start panicking. That's natures of the beast. And when prices go up, people say, hey, it went up 20, 30, 50%. Oh, I want to get in now, even though it went up 40, 50, 100%. But I'll get in now because I see the chart. It's going up. So I'm feeling like I should invest. I missed out. All right. Mr. Compensation, I appreciate you. Mr. Compensation, I'm very happy to see you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who this is. Mr. Compensation, I'm looking for some new videos, my man. I know you out there trying to do that compensating situation, so let's hear about it. And yeah, I know you still have your channel, so I'm going to bring it up. So just to give you a little motivation, you know. Victor Marrero, we need to be diversified, not now, but right now. Exactly. Or you're going to get wrecked. Stock market and crypto at the same time. Never seen dripping strong block this low. Exactly. It's all getting wrecked, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you have to think about some things. And all those people, I got to talk with my boys who's doing this gold, silver, and precious metals. We got to talk for a second. But I'm going to talk about this at first. All markets seem to be manipulated. We would hope that crypto wasn't manipulated, right? So when the stock market goes down, we've talked about this before, all of a sudden crypto goes down. How can this be? Crypto is supposed to be a separate asset. But over the years, 6, 7, 8 years, there's been FUD, right? That's what they've been doing. Banks have been giving the FUD. The government's been giving the FUD. Everybody. Meanwhile, they've been strengthening their positions in crypto markets. So now when stocks go down, they know that people would liquidate their accounts. If there was something else that was going up in value, people would be taking their money out the stock market and putting it into, let's say, crypto. So how do you stop people from doing that? We've talked about this before. I make sure all the markets go down. So therefore, you have no reason to take your money out of my asset class, right? Come on, think about this. You're being played, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. And so therefore, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, an investor, a person that wants passive income, you know their game plan. So that's why you have to have the duffel bag of cash or a game plan ready. So you go, hey, I like it when the stocks go down. I like it when real estate goes down. It hasn't yet, but I like it when crypto goes down. Most people start panicking and they sell and they help the prices to continue to fall. The savvy investor says, I like this project, or I like this stock. I like this asset class. Now I'm going to take my duffel bag of cash. Now that everything is 30, 40, 50% off, 60% off, deemed a crash in my book. Now it's time to get in. Victor Marrero said it right now. Exactly. We're sounding the alarms. We sounded them last year when we said you should get assets. Most of you said, okay, we sounded the alarm this year. Passive income, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the only way you can stay ahead of the inflation number, and it's about to get worse. It's not about to get better. And this is before the Ukraine-Russian conflict, right? We already knew inflation. Now it's even crazier because now oil has entered into this picture. Oil's going to drop sooner or later, right? Somebody's going to step in and say, okay, enough of this nonsense over here. All right, you guys need to do some ceasefires. We froze out all your stuff. You're going to need to borrow from somebody. In fact, Russia's now asking China to give them some money. Of course they are. They're the only person on the planet that could give them money. What other country is going to give them money? All right, come on, let's get real. And that's the only other superpower that can give them money. So there you have it. So it's just a matter of time before all that ends. LOL, thank you. Yes, Mr. Compensation, a little motivation. You know how we do this. I want you to get back in the program, man. It's that time. Everything is low. Get in with the program. All right, now, here we go. Todd Ollie Good says exactly. When it goes down, savvy investors are like a kid in a candy store buying at discounted prices. Exactly. How many times we go out here and we start talking about how you guys can do some arbitrage? You guys are out here shopping at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever, and you go to the clearance and you don't think nothing of it, right? You see the clearance section, you're not even thinking about anything. But did you think about arbitrage? You go to the clearance section, and instead of just passing by, you sit over here and look, and you actually go to Amazon or eBay and find out how much that item costs. If you can buy something on sale 90% off, 75% off. So for instance, you see something that's normally $500, all of a sudden it's like 125, and you see it on Amazon and PayPal for 275, 300. That's a way that you can make money. Simple. You're in the building. You're standing right there. It took you 30 seconds to find out the prices. Yeah, you might have had to look through 4 or 5 things. Next thing you know, you found some winners. And heaven forbid, if there's 3 or 4 of those things, now you can take a chance. You're sitting there going, man, this is 60, 70% off. But the funny thing is, most people don't think of stocks and crypto and real estate like that. They're thinking, oh my God, the price is falling. I shouldn't even invest. I shouldn't do anything. This is an investor's warning. It's going down more. But for all of us savvy investors, as Todd Alligood says, it's blood in the streets as far as we're concerned. We're sitting there going, how far is this going to drop even lower? We've talked about this for the last 2-3 weeks. It's going to keep going a little bit lower, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm waiting to see what's going to happen when the real estate market starts going lower. Now, we're going to talk about one thing. I'm going to change up the subject matter real quick. All right. Now, I don't have a clip. I wanted a clip, but I didn't have time. I have some interesting news, and it's simply because in the Dominican Republic, there was a place called The Beach. Everybody knows that's what I went to the Dominican Republic 1.5 years ago. I thought that was my number one thing, was the beach. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some numbers that is just crazy. All right. At that time, the beach, a 1-bedroom unit was $89,000. A 2-bedroom unit was $126,000. A 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit was like $190,000. The penthouse units were like $240,000, $250,000. I just had them send me over something today because the Crystal Lagoon that they're just now starting to put in the liner for, their price is now, that 1-bedroom is now around $144 instead of $89. That 2-bedroom that was $126 is now like $190. That 3-bedroom that was like $190 is now $250. That's right. And the penthouses, upper 3s to over $400. In 1.5 years, that asset class in the Dominican Republic damn near doubled. Now, 3 months ago, they had the 3-bedroom for $237,500 on the bottom floor. You guys know we talked about this. Today, I asked them how much. Get this. $309,000 for that same unit. And not only that, it's going up in the next week to 2 weeks, even higher. This is incredible because they can do it because they have the amenities and they have the demand. That's why they're able to raise these prices $40,000, $50,000 on a whim. They don't even have another phase they're developing. They just said the price is going up because we got the Crystal Lagoon part started. Something to think about, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that's in the Dominican Republic doing their investments. Congratulations again. So far, so good. We're going to have a test. We're going to find out when real estate starts going down, will that affect pre-construction? I have a feeling it won't. You know why it won't? Because the cost to build costs 20, 30% more because materials have went up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the beauty of the pre-construction. The prices have to continue to go up because the cement costs more, just for starters. All right. that just gives you an idea. It's not like they can reduce the price like 20, 30, 40%, like if any other real estate drops down. So once again, I just want to give you guys heads up. Anybody who bought in a project that is upscale or considered upscale, you guys are probably going to be like winners. Everybody who invested anytime last year, you're going to be winners. Anybody investing right now, you're still going to be winners. All right. Just giving you guys heads up and letting you know what time it is with that. Okay. So let me know what you guys, are you guys going to be ready to play? Right. Remember, I started the beginning ready to bomba. Are you guys going to be ready to play? That's the big time question. All right. It's good to be sitting on the sidelines. How many of you saw the high risk, high rewards? I did a 1, 2, and a 3. I ended it with the 3 because high risk and high rewards is not really where you want to be. But I'm going to tell you this. You can take high risk and high rewards with beer money, but you want to buy assets that pay you and passive income coming in. That's where you really want to spend your money. You don't want to go spending tens of thousands of dollars into high risk, high reward type of investments. It's now time for you to buckle down and say, you know what? I better get that real estate. I better get those stocks. I better get that index fund. I better get something that traditionally has always worked out in the long run. No reason to take high risk unless you're going to use beer money and money that you can afford to lose. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I just want to keep you guys aware of this and let you know this man dropping jewels. Smash the likes. Thank you, Todd Alley Good. I appreciate it. And he's exactly right. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, you are the CEO of your own life and act like it. All right. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Act like you're the CEO. You have to sit down and say, this is what I plan on doing. And there's always a way to do something. And in fact, I found it very interesting. Okay, I'm not going to say Mr. Fain. I saw one of his videos today, and it said something like he was going to sell his house, and then I don't know what happened if he changed his mind. Here's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we've gone down this path. I've discussed this many times. Here's what happens in this type of environment. You sat there and bought a house 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5, it doesn't matter, 6, 7, 10. The price went up in value, right? 20% year over year. So anybody that bought a $300,000 house is probably worth almost $500,000 or $600,000 right now. So when you say I'm going to sell my house, great. Yes, you get to make $200,000 or $300,000 in profit, as so to speak. There's one little problem. If you plan on living in the same type neighborhood or style, the other houses cost the same amount of money. You don't get to win that easily, ladies and gentlemen, right? Think about it. So now I sell a house for $600,000. Now all the houses cost $600,000. So now what? That does me no good. So how do you flex and turn it into something different? Well, you got to have a plan. What's the plan? You guys know we've talked about this. If the assets are going down, you can make a move. One move, which I discussed before, is you can still sell the house. But then you're going to say, oh, I want to live in the same neighborhood. Okay, fine. But if you have $300,000 in profit, and if you believe home prices are going to go down, and you also believe that you can go find a place for, let's just say, $3,000 a month is substantial, $36,000. So I made $300,000 free, mind you, free. It didn't, no sweat off my back. You're paying your mortgage note. You didn't have to go out here and slave away extra hours and do anything extra. You just paid your mortgage note. The fact that you got free equity, hey, that's part of real estate. So why do you care if you're going to pay $3,000 a month for a year or $3,000 a month for 2 years in order for you to turn around and buy a property for 30, 40, 50, 60% less? You still get to keep your 100 and 200,000 plus in profit. So what if you had to go rent a place? You still have the profit, and now you can turn around and go back in and say, you know what, I'm just going to go buy another house for $350,000. The same exact house, probably move back in the same neighborhood. But why would you care? You got free money. And since you got some free money, you can turn around and use some of that other free money to invest in the cheap stocks. You can get yourself $20, $30, $40,000 of cheap stock as well. You can play all of the asset classes. You can even say, let me get myself some of this high risk, high reward stuff for $1,000 or $2 and sit there and say, well, I can just throw that away. You're using other people's money. You didn't have to work for it. That's when you're supposed to do something. And then better yet, you could always go to the third move. Let me show you the third move. The third move means you didn't really give a damn about where you lived in the first place because you're using real estate as a vehicle to live a cool life. So now you went around and said, hey, let me go buy something for $100,000. That's free and clear. That's right. Some of you are going, there's no places like that. There's always a place that's $100,000, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, Elon Musk, you can go buy one of his things for $50,000. One of those self-sufficient tiny houses kind of things. And it's free and clear. So now you would have all this money working for you while this so-called economy is going down. You have your dividend money coming in, stocks you bought on sale. So any rise going up, you would have your duffel bag of cash still there. You still have a roof over your head. And now that's the game plan. So anytime you can always play these dips. If the real estate market goes down and you all of a sudden had a high profit, you could always sell because why? You have your own little retreat somewhere that you already paid free and clear. So you don't even have to give up the monthly payment. So then you can just go sit down and relax and say, okay, I'll wait for this stuff to drop 20, 30, 40, 50% before I enter back in. That's a good playbook to me. Let me know what you guys think. I've talked about this before. All right. I wonder if there are any resales now, meaning someone that signed a contract and can't continue their payments. We had a couple like that in Galaxy, and they were able to sell their portion at cost. Victor Marrero. Yes, you could do that, but there are contracts, like in contracts that I had, they didn't allow you to flip. So I couldn't flip, but you could give it back to the developer. And by the way, at the beach, somebody did cancel. So I thought, oh my God, are you going to say that 3 bedrooms, 237.5? No. They said somebody in block 17 at the beach didn't fulfill their contract or whatever they did. They backed out, whatever the case may be. She said 309,500. That's right. 237.5 is what it was in January. Here it is. What is this, March? Damn near 100,000. 309.5 is what they're selling that same unit they previously sold just 3 months ago for 237.5. I'm a little pissed. I should have pulled the trigger. But I just had this thing that I was waiting on because you guys know we've had a little family issues going on. And so therefore I couldn't pull a trigger under these circumstances. So now I find out, Eric, we can sell it to you for 309.5. I'm like, nah, I think I like 237.5. Worst case, I like 256.5. She's like, no, 309.5. And by the way, we're going to be raising that same 3-bedroom unit is going to cost, if they keep doing this, that means the next number is 350, 356.5, somewhere around there, 346.5 or something. That's all I'm saying. So in their contracts, and I'm pretty sure the beach did the same thing, they're not allowing people to flip. So you can get out of your contract. They'll even send you back some of your money, but they take it back and then they sell it at whatever phase price. And that's what all my contracts say, because if they would have allowed me to flip on the ones I had, I would have bought more units, because this situation I knew was going to come, but they had it in their contracts and I couldn't get them released. Even though I had a lawyer, I was trying to get that out of the contract so I could flip it, but they don't want no part of the flipping. So they're going to take it back and do exactly this, what the couple did, I'm pretty sure. But that is the beauty of it. Ladies and gentlemen, some of us are winning big time potentially. Leah Dennis, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon. And I thank you so much for being here. And says, good evening, SSN fam. And special shout out to Auntie Val, Laverne P, Victor M, A3 Saval, 100% facts. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. And by the way, let me know if you received a YouTube notification and or saw the trailer. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. There's a couple of things also that I need to talk about. It's an investor's warning video. This is motivational, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever it takes, you need those extra streams of income. Whatever it takes. I know a lot of you say, hey, I already work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I don't have extra time for these extra streams. I understand that. But there's one thing that's going to happen here. We don't know what eventually is going to happen. We do know this. The American monetary system has only been around a little over 100 years. That's right. You've been able to buy things for hundreds of years. But the Federal Reserve and all them guys just came up 100 years ago. The stock market crashed about 90 years ago. We've had recessions ever since, and we had the Great Recession just 12, 13 years ago. There's one thing different than before. These guys have printed money and buoyed the stock market. They buoyed the real estate market. They've been actually inflating all asset classes. What's going to happen when the bubble really pops? All this money is spread all over the planet. They've been printing money, whether you're in euros, whether you're in dollars, it doesn't matter. The banking system has been printing money, which now has caused inflation everywhere. There's going to be inflation. So if you think you're going to be able to rest on your laurels and sit around here and go, hey, I made $1 million. What if all of a sudden cars are going to cost you $150,000? What if every time you go to the grocery store, five items cost you $50? What if $500 at the grocery store is a norm? All of a sudden, that $1 million ain't going to seem like a lot of money. All right? So therefore, we have to act accordingly. Nobody's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody, unless you're in the top 10% now. You'll get saved. You'll get bailout money. You'll get all kind of stuff, PPP loans or whatever loan they're going to call it, the next one where they give the top 10 percenters that they steal from the taxpayers. Come on now. That's what we're going to talk about. True Lights in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Says hello, brother. Hello. Thank you so much once again. Very, very happy to see you. Appreciate the support. And make sure, everybody, we're 30 minutes in. Smash that like button because this is the investor's warning that you've been waiting for. But here in the SSN Nation, get that smile on your face, ladies and gentlemen. If things go bad, you know what to do. You are supposed to be CEO. You're supposed to go, hey, we were warned about this. We know what was coming. We've seen the history. We have the history. We know there's going to be a bottom. We just don't know how far the bottom's going to be. But when the bottom says 60%, 50%, I think that's damn near a good time to get in, don't you? If it starts dipping below that, so be it. But 50, 60, 70% off prices, that's already pretty damn low. All right. And keep in mind, the top 10 percenters don't lose. Just remember that. All right. Hello, Leah. Good evening. Says Victor Marrero, showing the love. Auntie Val, with the heart and with the love. I sure do, says True Light. We are already there, brother. Thank you so much. Very glad to hear that. Very, very happy to hear that, ladies and gentlemen, because this is empowerment. This is motivation. This is everything all wrapped into one. You're going to have to be more concerned about your financials. There's no way around it. All right. You can sit here and say, I have a job and I make $120,000 a year. But I'm telling you right now, when they start selling, when they start selling cars and trucks and they're $100,000, when your grocery bill's $500 a week, when daycare is going to cost you $2,000 a month. Come on. When you're going to have to pay for schooling and education, all of them tens of thousands of dollars are going to be needed. There's almost no way around it. And what's the reverse of that? Debt. And you really don't want to be in debt where they're all of a sudden going to be able to tell you, well, you know, the interest rate's 30%, or we're going to raise your interest rate. Sure, you had a 2%, 3%, 5%, but you know, now we're going to have to change it up to 8, 9, 10. Because they can do that, you know. In fact, it can get worse than that. If you have debt, it could be a house. It could be commercial property. It can be an apartment building. But because the economy goes down, they could do this. Hello, Mr. Bird. This is XYZ Mortgage Company. We're having a bad year. We're calling your loan due. Excuse me? My loan due? You mean that $1.4 million? What are you saying? Yes, it's bad. We got to call that loan in. You got to come up with it within 90 days. Otherwise, we're going to have to take the property back. Wait, what? Ladies and gentlemen, the dirty dark side that you don't know nothing about. When things go bad, they're still not going to lose. They'd rather take it back than to allow you to continue to make payments. This happens, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you don't want to put yourself in positions where now you don't have the funds or no way to adjust. You always want to make sure that you're flexible. And when you're flexible, you're the CEO of your life. You can create that flexibility. Just keep that in mind. And I'll keep this in mind. Everybody who's investing in pre-construction properties right now, I don't care where it is. You already have locked in a price. That price, and more than likely, even with the down economy, you're still going to be ahead. You're still going to have equity. That gives you more leverage. Okay. And then if you have revenue coming in from that asset, that gives you another leverage, because if you're making X amount of dollars, we all know the magic number, $9,000 a month or more, you can get revenue loans. That changes the whole ball game. And especially revenue loans where there's no credit needed. They're just going, you bring in $9,000 per month. Okay, we can give you $20,000, $50,000 loans. You've shown that you can do this a year over year over year. Okay, we have no problem. We're confident in you. We'll give you that loan. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? That's why you have to get your assets in order. This is why you have to get that passive income in order. All right, let me see. Let me know if anybody else has any suggestions on what we need to do. All right, Mr. Financials in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. I appreciate it. Good evening, SSN fam, is his taglines, and ABMM. In case you're new here, that means always be making money. You got to love it. And that's why he has his own channel under Chili Davis, ladies and gentlemen, because if you would have been locked in and a subscriber of his channel, then you would have received some updates on the stock market. You would have to know what's going on. You don't have to be at the stock market pulling it up and making sure that you're checking it out. You could have just checked out Chili Davis' channel and he would have given you some updates throughout the day. You see how this works? Be the CEO, ladies and gentlemen. This is what a CEO does. You say, hey, is there some opportunity that I can take advantage of today? That's what we're looking for here, ladies and gentlemen. Assets are going down. You ready to play? Let me know what your guys' plans are. I want to know if you have any plans that maybe you have a different plan than what I have. Maybe you can share a plan that can help other people. Let us know down here in the chat. Come on, I want to hear these plans if you have them, because this is an investor warning right now. Those of you who are scared, hey, all I can tell you is, you can be scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared. But as an investor and an entrepreneur, these are the opportunities that you have to look forward to. If the price never goes down, then how are you going to make profits of 200% or 300% or 50 or 100%? Therefore, you want prices to go down. And luckily, in a capitalist system, there's levers that make ups and downs happen. You just have to be savvy enough. I'm taking Todd Olligood, savvy investor. I'm taking that. You're going to have to be savvy and you can't be scared. No matter what happens, you can't be scared because you know what? You have history on your side. All right. Good evening, family from Stella Luna. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon. Thank you so much for being here. And says, oh, the tagline I'm noticing. Hello, everyone. Blessings. Blessings to you as well. Hello to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Keitha Thompson's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I appreciate you being here. Wow. Thank you so much. I've never seen the name or don't remember, but thank you for your support and being here. And by the way, we're 39 minutes in. I'm doing it like every 10 minutes right now. Smash the like button so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. Also, let me know who received the YouTube notification and also who saw the trailer. Let me know. So far, only one person has said that they've seen it, and that par for the course. We can hardly get 10 people during a live stream that says they received YouTube notification. All right, we have the suppression still happening, but that's okay, because those of you who are here, a rising tide lifts all boats. It's not going to stop us, because we don't make money from YouTube. That's why we don't have courses down below. That's why we don't have any pay for webinars. This is why I want you to spend your money on investing in what you need to invest in. No sense in sending money anywhere else. That 1,000, that 300, that 500, that 195, you could have invested in something else. Don't listen to these other people out here, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Do not listen to these other people. When these other people are out here saying, hey, it's $200, it's not going to matter if they wasted $200, because they can't really make any money off of $200. Do not think like that, ladies and gentlemen. $200 today, $200 next month, $200 the following month, all that adds up. And if you're compounding your money, that means 2 years from now, you're going to be better off than you were now. So yes, maybe not $200 can pay off, but I'm going to digress into something else, because again, I got clowns out here who say, hey, it's 200. You shouldn't be mad that a guy's out here buying Air Jordans for $300. I said, hold on. They were out there buying Air Jordans for $200, $300 when Ethereum was $150. I'm like, hold on a second. Isn't Ethereum like 2,500, $3,000? And not only that, the dude bought 5 or 6 pairs. So you're telling me they shouldn't be? What are you saying? This is ludicrous. The dude could have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 right now. I shouldn't say that he shouldn't be out there buying something and should have bought that. I said, that's a risk. But I said, if you're going to take a risk, I would have rather the dude having that 150 5 times, 150 10 times. They would have enough to put a down payment down for another asset right now. That's going to pay them even more money passively. I'm like, what are you talking about? Again, I know there's some people here. This is controversy potentially. But again, I don't care if you have $5, $10, $8. You need to invest in something right now, because you never know what the future is. I didn't know Bitcoin when it was 3 cents, 6 cents, 8 cents. I didn't know it was going to be 17,000 12 years ago. I didn't know it was going to be 49,000 12 years ago. It was garbage, right? But I paid $10. I have 100 and some odd coins sitting somewhere that I can't retrieve. But the point I'm trying to make is, you never know what's going to go up in value. Therefore, you can't just sit there and go, well, I'm just going to waste this $100, $200, $300, $500. All right, enough on my soapbox this right now. All right, let's see what else we got in the house, because I missed something. Too many investors are claiming rewards daily, Victor Marrero. Unfortunately, these folks aren't willing to let compounding to work. This daily selling pressure is causing the crypto prices to go down. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly right. Here's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and what's he referring to is this. Let's just say we all know about Drip. We all know about Vapor. We all know about all these companies that are giving people 1%, or the DAOs that are rebasing and things like that. Here's what happens, though. Let's just say I bought into something for $100. And let's say they're going to give me $1 per day. So let's just also say that the coin price is $50. Or actually, I got to keep it at $100. Let's say now there's 1 million people that's in the protocol. And out of that, let's say 20,000 people decide to get their rewards or claim their rewards. Claiming your rewards means that you are now selling. That's what it means. I have to sell this to get my reward money. That's downward pressure. So you have 20,000 people selling. That's almost like getting liquidated. So this is why these protocols have the prices of their crypto going down. Power nodes just changed this. That is what's so funny. Power nodes recognize that every time somebody claims that it causes their coin prices to go down because you're actually selling. So what they changed it to was their claim, you can claim, but they take it from AVAX now, for instance. All right. So they're not selling, they're selling, buying, the selling is from a different coin. So they're not putting pressure on the actual token of power. So that's what everybody's going to come up with. They have to do an adjustment. This is why you never know what's going to happen with these new protocols. They find out 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months later, they're like, wait a minute, we didn't think that giving these rewards that people are claiming them, that would cause the price of the coin to go down. We thought we were doing something cool. Well, as it turns out, they were like, wait a minute, there's too much pressure, because that's not the only pressure that you have. You have people out here putting things up as collateral. So now when the stock drops or the crypto drops 50%, people are getting liquidated. So that causes pressure, right? And then when the stock price is going down in the first place, people who have nothing to do, they're not claiming anything. They're not getting liquidated. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to lose my profit. So they start selling. So now you understand why crypto keeps going down in a downward direction. But they're doing something about it because they learned their lesson. They can't do what Victor Marrero is talking about, causing the pressure in the first place. All right. So let's see what else we got to get into today. Utan G, a new member of the channel, longtime subscriber and supporter. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon now. And it says Money Making Monday. That's right. With the diamond hands, we got to keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly right. I received notifications. True Light, thank you so much. That's 2 people. Silverman Fox, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Very, very happy to see you once again. And with the icon, I'm back. Was educating for a bit. Now I will utilize what I learned to monetize myself with Fix It and Flip. Thank you, Professor. And I wish all the SSN fam greatness in all you're doing. Thank you so much, Silverman Fox. That's what we're trying to do around here. Get everybody into some vehicles where they feel comfortable enough to make the investment and have a plan. Now, as we always say, any investment is a risk, but you want to go with low risk. You want to make your investment up front. You know how much you're going to be making. You know what you're doing. Everything just has to go according to plan. You have to do it in the first place. So yes, thank you so much for mentioning that. Fix and flips, you still got a little time for the fix and flips. But again, I should warn you, this is the time that your last fix and flip, that profit that you got, you don't want to put it back into another fix and flip until we find out what's going to happen with Jerome Powell's talk in the next 24, 48 hours, I believe it is. You don't want to be caught like people were caught in 2008. They were flipping stuff, and all of a sudden, one day they were able to flip and make that difference between the price and the new overall prices, because they were going up like seemingly every day until they weren't. And now people were holding homes that now they're underwater and they had contracts. So at one point they were making 20, 30%, and the next minute, oh, damn, the house is only worth what I signed a contract for. Now you can't flip. Now people had to give up their properties. Some people lost properties because of it. So think about this. Be very careful at this point in 2022 with fix and flips. Fixing is one thing because you're doing rehab. So if you know that you're buying something for, let's call it $150,000, you know after you do rehab, it's $300 right now. But what happens 6 months or 2 months from now, where that $150 house, now when you fix it up and flip it, it's only worth $200 or $175. That changes things dramatically. So just keep this in mind. Think about what's about to happen, because it should happen. Housing prices are off the chart. They're ridiculous. All right. So we know what that means. Buy the dip by Utan G. I keep buying the dip, and boy, I'm all in. Gets better and better, meaning lower and lower. Lots of future dreams are being built now. Exactly, Utan G. We're building the millionaires now, ladies and gentlemen. You see what's on the screen right here? Oh, that's right. I haven't forgotten. He just reminded me, you gold and silver guys. You're going to listen to this in a second. I know I've been like whipping you a little bit, but I have to wake you up because you guys aren't thinking properly. All right. But anyhow, buy the dip. And he keeps buying the dip as they get lower and lower. So in other words, if you guys don't know what we're talking about here, I bought a stock for $10. All of a sudden it's at $7. So when I buy it at $7, now instead of it, my dollar cost average being 10, now it's $150 less. So now we're at $8.50 is my average price. So now if the stock goes back up to $9, I'm ahead. Now it drops down to $5. So I'm buying some more at $5. That means now my dollar cost average could be somewhere like, I'll just give an example, $7.50. If the stock goes back up to $10, now I make $2.50 per share. We're back in business instead of just even. And if it drops below that, it's still on sale. I believe in the company. I'm buying some more. That's what Utanji's talking about, and that's what he's doing. So now, as you guys may know, because you're SSN Nation members, you know the stock market rises back up after it could be 8 months, it could be 3 months, it could be a year and a half. It could be 2.5 years, but because our Federal Reserve is proactive, and so is the rest of the world's monetary banks, the odds of it being down for a year and a half or 2 years in this case is slim. Highly unlikely. All right. So what happens if you buy it low enough and we get down to $3.50 or $4 a share? All of a sudden, these guys, a year later, it's $20. That's what happened to NEO, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. $2.50. All of a sudden, it was $35, $40. That's right. So same things can happen again and will happen again. The stock market is owned. The top 10% owns 89% of the stock market. So you think they're gonna let this fail? No, we know this, right? So just keep in mind, this is what he's talking about. Dreams are being built right now. He's the CEO of his life and he's making it happen, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't for the faint of heart. You guys know I've been talking about the high risk, high rewards. This is kind of like a little bit of high risk. Stock prices are going down. What do people do? They run scared. But as a savvy investor, you're going to sit here and go blood in the streets. I've heard about this before. This is when millionaires are made. It's time for me to get my duffel bag of cash out and start using a little bit of these weapons I got stashed away. That's what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Utanji, very, very nice. Thank you for bringing that up. And oh, by the way, Diesel Mike is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he has the icon next to his name. And he says, "Good evening, Eric and SSN families," his tagline. And he says, "I got the notification." All right, I'm very, very happy to hear this. There's only like 2 people that said they've received a notification. We need to know if more people are. Are they still doing suppression around here? Hell yeah. You know why? Because what we're talking about is the real deal. We're not giving any BS. We're telling you exactly what you need to do and what to expect is going to come. So therefore, you'll feel a little bit more comfortable, right? I would hope. And then you would say, hey, I heard about this before. I know about this already. Yes, this thing that I want to invest in, it dropped 55, 60%. I think maybe it's a good time to get in. Especially when we're talking about EVs and suppliers. This is like ludicrous. We're talking about weed stocks and things like that that's going to be the future. Well, I mean, this is kind of crazy. At these prices, 50, 60, 70% off. This is crazy. Curtis Davis, start side hustle. This is Mr. Financial. Get good marketing, SEO, get your product or service in front of people, Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Hey, that's one way to do it. I like that. Now, remember Utanji was talking about he's buying stocks, or it could be crypto. He's buying items that are going down that he deems is on sale. Hey, gold and silver guys, I agree with you. Precious metal guys, I agree with you that it's an asset. That I agree with. But what I don't agree with is this, the reverse of what me and Utanji's talking about, buying at a lower price. I'm sitting here listening and it just dawns on me. I'm just like, hey, so I bought 3 years ago, silver was like, what was it? $13.50 after premiums. Okay. That's silver, an ounce. But here's the thing. I'm like, these guys are going, I'm stacking. So when the price went up to $15, you bought more. which now means your dollar cost average went up. When you bought it $20, you bought more, which now means your dollar cost average went up. When it went up to 25, you bought more. That means your dollar cost average went up even more. So by you keep buying at a higher price, you're defeating profit purchases. And so now if it goes to 30, 35, you're going to keep buying more? Okay, does that even make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Why are you going to pay more? I don't get it. And you're happily stacking. You're happily going, I'm stacking. I'm like, no, why? You're paying more now than you paid a year ago. How is that good? And then here's the other side of this, and I'm going to talk about this. What happens? I use silver because a lot of people are doing that. It could be gold. Gold's around $2,000 an ounce now. But nonetheless, this example, what happens if silver goes to $100 an ounce? Here's the $1 million question. Are you going to sell the silver? You know what this means if silver is $100 an ounce? That means the prices have all went up. We're back to square one. Everything that you're going to buy, you're going to change this back into fiat money. That means everything costs more because it's a hedge against inflation. So you didn't really gain anything the whole time. You have to pay the price of the day. So if it's $100 an ounce, I guarantee you that means everything costs 4 times more than what it costs now. So I can't even change it back into fiat because it does me no good. It's not like I'm ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind. You should be prepping, though. You should make sure that you have some food staples handy. Water, food, that's what a body needs, right? Put it in the cans. That's what you should have handy. And at this point, you damn near need a 100-gallon gas tank somewhere hidden away. At this point, I mean, this is getting outrageous. Or you need to get an EV vehicle. Take your pick. While the getting is good and while they're cheap. All right? Because one day people are going to wake up and go, you know what? I want $150,000, $200,000 for this electric vehicle. And I'm not talking about Lucid either. All right? I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, just some things to think about. You're going to get caught, but you don't want to be caught. Diesel Mike got the notification. Start the side hustle. I totally agree. Air Jordans were 200 when Bitcoins is worth a few dollars. Exactly, Diesel Mike. Exactly what I'm saying. And I got some other financial guys talking about, oh, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. That's not going to change their life. I'm like, dudes, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. All I know is somebody could have changed their life. Like I said, I bought $10 worth of Bitcoin when it first came out, when there was no exchanges, no nothing. You had to send people notes and do all kind of crazy stuff. That's why I can't find it. But the point of the matter is, if I find it, that means it's millions of dollars, right? So it was only $10 at the time. Imagine when Bitcoin was like $50 or $20 or $10, which was like 10 years ago. No, it wasn't even that 10 years ago. It's like 7 years ago. So Diesel Mike's exactly right. People could have had 20 Bitcoin for their Air Jordans. The person would have had $1 million. That's what they gave up. Because you're sitting here going, oh, well, $200 don't matter. Go buy this other thing. $50 don't matter. Go buy this other thing. You never know what matters. That's the point. You never know what's going to matter when it comes to finances and money. Just like right now, what I just talked about, gold, silver, and precious metals. Somebody could get into silver right now. They could buy silver at $30 an ounce. They could wake up next year and it's $100 an ounce. He didn't buy anymore. So that 30 to 100, he's loving life. That's $70 per ounce. He's loving life. A guy buys 1 ounce of gold for $2,000. He goes and buys 5 ounces of gold. It costs $10,000. But what if gold all of a sudden went to $15,000 each an ounce? And he only bought it for 2. And he's got 10 ounces. That's 150 G's. You never know what's going to happen. So to sit here and act like, oh, let people go buy this stuff and waste money and do all that. No, you have to account for every dollar. You can't just sit here and blow it off and be like, oh, it's all good. They spent $400, $500. That's not going to change their life. You never know that. Come on. You could have bought, speaking of these Air Jordans, you could have bought $6 or $7 into that. 10, 20, 30. Somebody could have bought 40 shares of Tesla in 2009. Those 40 shares would be damn near 40 grand right now. Come on. So you see what I'm saying? This is crazy when people just blow it off. You don't want to blow it off, ladies and gentlemen, especially from this point on. The financial system is totally different than what happened from the 1920s up until 2020. Financial system is a whole nother animal. Even the Great Recession that occurred is now different now. They never repaired the Great Recession. They have more derivative, trillions of dollars in derivatives. In fact, quadrillion in derivatives. A house of cards. Who do you think the house of cards is going to slam on the most? The person at the bottom of the pile is the one that's going to get squeezed the most. You're the one that they're going to be saying, who gives a damn about them? They don't have nothing. So what? That's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And to be unprepared and having people out here saying, oh, no big deal spending $500. No big deal spending $250. No big deal. That doesn't make you rich. You don't know what makes somebody rich. But I'm going to tell you one thing that doesn't. Those cars in the driveway, that jewelry around your neck, them shoes that you're buying, the clothes you're buying, the food you're buying doesn't make you rich neither. So unless you're putting your money into something that could potentially make you rich, potentially give you a return on your investment, you're throwing money down the tubes. This is an investor's warning, ladies and gentlemen. This is an entrepreneur warning. This is an OC's warning. Ordinary citizens, where are you at? Yeah, I'm going off a little bit tonight because, like I said, it got me a little bent when I'm seeing these financial dudes out here going, oh, man, no big deal. They spent $400. They ain't going to make them rich. I'm like, dudes, that kind of mindset right there keeps people poor. Way too many people, by the way. Come on. 70% of the population doesn't even have $1,000 in the bank. So I don't even know what somebody's talking about, first of all. Not even 70%, but I guarantee you 7 out of 10 people, you can go, I guarantee you, they got the clothes, they got the shoes, they got the cars, they got whatever, but they don't have $1,000 in the bank. 60% of the population doesn't even have $5. That's U.S. population, $500 in the bank. In case you guys don't understand what the ramifications of that is, 180 million Americans out of 350 do not have $500 at their disposal. But you got credit cards, you have everything that you want, but you don't have $500 in the bank at your disposal. 6 out of 10 people. So don't give me the crap. You guys know I go off on this all the time. This is motivational. This is investor's warning. Don't give me your crap. I'm in the mall. 6 out of 10 people don't have $500 cash that they can take out. Yeah, they might be able to go get their credit card and break that out, but they don't have $500 cash. Guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't rocket science. All right, not rocket science. 185 million people used to have a job. What if only 80 million people have a job now? What's those other 100 that used to have a job doing? Yeah, they're on YouTube. They're doing podcasts. They're doing their side hustles. That's exactly what you should be doing. But that hard-earned money has to make money for you while you sleep. Right? That's what you want. You want money to work for you while you sleep. How are you going to do that? It can't be sitting around static. You can't sit here and tell me, hey, Eric, you know what? I invested in something that's $200, and then now it's going to be $200. In fact, it's going down in value. But I'm sitting there going, hey, you know everything's going up. In fact, it cost you more. Go to the grocery store today, cost you more for the same items than they were last week. Go to the gas station today, cost you more in gas than it did last week. All right? This isn't rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Diesel Mike, thank you for that comment because that's exactly what the situation is. Lots of love. The main news says wages failed to meet inflation. Of course they do. SSN Family knew when Target, Walmart, Amazon raised it. We were doomed back into 2019. Exactly. Doomed, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why we had to talk about making money. In fact, SSN Lifestyle members, Check it out. I don't even know if I have a link down below. Get your free $10 of Bitcoin down below, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already from Coinbase. Get your free $5 of Shiba, Dogecoin, or ADA from Webull. Get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull down below as well. All right. You need to get your real estate, ladies and gentlemen. There's crypto.com, .crypto. You can have ericbird.crypto like I do. People can send you crypto without their alphanumeric characters. All right. Make it simple. You can build websites on these things as well. You can bypass PayPal. That's beautiful. You can bypass all these platforms that you have to go through to make payments to other people, Zelle and all that. I'll send it directly to you. I don't need those guys. You see what I'm saying? Empower yourself, ladies and gentlemen, or get it set up for $20. Really? Get a .crypto domain. The link is down below. It could be a business. It could be your individual name, but get it while the getting is good. There's also .nfts. There's also .bitcoin or .coin and .x and all kind of different whatever. You can build your website on the blockchain, which means now your ISP can't take it down. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's very, very powerful. You are now changing the game. You are an entity upon yourself. Nobody can stop you, ladies and gentlemen. There's no barriers to entry as long as you create the infrastructure. There's tools at your disposal that nobody can touch you. Use it. All right. Chili Davis, Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial says they suckered the average OC last year with fear and say inflation was temporary. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Suckering us for 2 years, by the way, when they were going, oh, it's transitory. Oh, it's temporary. Oh, we can adjust it. And oh, by the way, it's only 2% a year. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You guys knew better than that. Unfortunately, let's call it what it is. The suppression by YouTube. They don't want SSN Nation like myself and other members coming out. They don't want thousands of people, millions of people to know about it because they want you behind the 8 ball, ladies and gentlemen. There's a power struggle going on in America and around the world. The haves versus the have-nots, but you don't realize it. They're trying to make sure that the haves, which are themselves who's running governments, who are able to bribe governments, they are trying to make sure that they're stepping on you like a little bug and an ant. They don't give a damn about if you're going to survive or not. As long as they can accumulate all the resources, all the wealth, and make sure that them and their generations of family are going to be fine. They ain't thinking about sharing a damn thing. All right, I'm on my soapbox a little bit, but all I'm trying to say is all this is designed for you not to make investments. All this stuff, what he was talking about, oh, it's transitory. Don't worry about it. Stock market is going up. Real estate's going up. Oh, buy now, buy now. We reduced the interest rates for you. Buy now. They know what's coming. They know prices are going to go down. People are going to buy homes, $600,000, $700,000 homes right now. At the end of this year, some of them homes could be worth $500,000, and you're going to be sitting there going, should I really be paying on a loan of $600,000 when my house is only valued at $500,000? And a lot of people, just like in crypto and just like in stocks, when prices go down, they start paling out. And all of a sudden, now you're going to have these mortgage companies and lenders, and they're going to say, hey, we'll do a quick sale. They're like, we'll let somebody come in here and do a quick sale for you. In fact, you are going to give us $600,000 over 30 years. Somebody's going to give us $450,000 cash right now from the quick sale. We just sped it up. We don't give a damn about you, really. We're going to get our money up front. We're either way, whether we sell this note that you signed to somebody else, or whether we just call it in and say, hey, you know what? We're going to let somebody do that quick sale. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You're being played damn near all the time. That's why you want to put yourself in position of power and know when to make moves. If you have a house right now, you have equity, you should be pulling out the equity, looking to buy another asset. That's what you should be doing right now. You should be, number 2, refi a house, get a lower interest rate. If your interest rate isn't below 4, because I believe you got to be around 4 now. If your interest rate isn't below like 3, you need to refi right now while you can for 3 point something. And take take out some equity, and then turn around and invest it into an asset that pays you. Do not go out here and buy boats, cars, motorcycles, whatever else, Louis Vuitton bags, all this other crap. No, you want to get an asset that pays you, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we teach here in SSN Nation. And since it's the no guru zone, we don't have books to sell down below. We don't have ebooks. We don't have no classes to sell. Because I don't want you wasting money on classes or on any books or on anything here in the SSN Nation. That's why we don't have it to sell. But we do have some gear, motivational items. And by the way, some of you may not understand. Some of this gear, which you just see words, there's other people who are entrepreneurs that when they're walking around, people are asking, hey, what do you do? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys may not be aware. People say, hey, what's the CEO of my life when I'm walking around? They're like, oh, what are you doing? I tell them what I'm doing. I have no problems with that. But the point is, you guys see a t-shirt that has words on it. Other people see words and they go, hey, that must mean something. What's going on here? All right. So you guys don't realize there's subliminal messages going on. And there's some people that may want to talk to you. Don't blow people off. You have opportunities and don't realize it. But again, playbooks, you guys who have real estate. Hey, look, Victor Marrero. I'm going to use Victor Marrero. All right. I know what he has. We're going to talk about that in a second. But Gino Shimiente has entered the house. Mr. Stockman is here. He's talking. How is everyone tonight? Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Everybody's doing fine. Showing the love around here. Stocks are not doing fine, but who cares? This is what we want to see. We knew this was coming. Now is the time. There's blood in the streets, but I'm not sure they're bleeding enough. That's all I'm saying. There's not enough blood as far as I'm concerned. And by the way, Drip Network, which Victor Marrero was talking about earlier, yes, it's in the 50s now. I saw it in the 50s. It's dropping like a hot rock. I told you I haven't invested in that. And oh, by the way, I was going to put some money into that COPS. I didn't do that either. I wanted to show people I put $100 in, but I didn't. Like I said, I've been very, very busy, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been trying to do something with SSN Lifestyle, and it was going to be big time. I still might pull the trigger. I haven't done it yet, but I'm just going to let you guys know. I told you before, SSN Lifestyle, basically I wanted to set up a network of having villas or very nice units around the world. So now we'll have it in-house. What I'm trying to say by in-house, you're a member of the channel. You can stay in a cool-ass 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, luxurious place, and you don't have to spend $1,000, $2,000 per night because you're a member of SSN Lifestyle. So now you go to different locations around the world, and you're just like, oh, this is cool. I didn't have to spend this much to stay here. I'm spending like a tenth of the price that normal people would have to pay. So I wanted to implement this. I was like, you know what? Instead of me sending people to other people's property, why don't I have them go to the SSN Lifestyle property? How about that? That's the game changers, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to do. I like, you know what? Why don't I just own the damn stuff? Why am I sending somebody and paying somebody to go stay at some other place? Why not have it in-house and only members can stay there? How about that? That's what I'm talking about. See how we do this, ladies and gentlemen? Some things come in your brain and you're just like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm the CEO up in here. All right, Curtis Davis at Gino, welcome back. That's right. And by the way, I haven't looked at my CMG, my Chipotle, but I just have to keep saying this. I love Chipotle. I don't care, but thanks to Gino Shimiente, I got into Chipotle, CMG. I had to. I love it. I just love their platform, and their prices are about right. They can be in these small locations. I just love it. Eric, raw facts, all done by design. That's exactly right. Our economic system is by design. In fact, did you know in America, our cities are built by design based on the race? And I mean black, white, and in between minority races. Did you guys realize this? I know you guys didn't realize this. Freeways, you're on this side or you're on that side. There's reasons that it's built that way because they already baked in how much the values of this section is going to be. That's why in this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, you have a choice. You have a choice where you can live. Where you live matters on how much appreciation your property goes up. That's why right now your playbook is going to be this with regard to real estate. If you want to buy an awesome place in real estate, next time housing market goes down and it goes down 50%, your first move should be you go look at a luxury location. If you're going to buy a house to live in, your first move is to go get a luxury location, a house that used to cost $800,000 and it dropped to $400,000. A house that cost $1 million, it dropped to $550,000, $450,000, $500,000. That's your neighborhood. That's what you should be getting. Why? Because when appreciation happens, those same homes appreciate at a higher value because the people with money, they are willing to pay more for the cool pads. So a house that you bought for $400,000 or $500,000 is now going to be $1 million, 1.2, 1.5 right now. Okay? You guys getting the playbook yet? Because you guys don't realize, like I said, you can check out where I used to live. The same rules apply. The house went down to $500,000. Okay? Now, I got out before it went up to $1 million, but right now it's 1.2. You see what I'm saying? This is how it works. That's how it goes. I'm just letting you guys understand this is the playbook that you need. Investors warning, but we're getting you the playbook on what to expect and what to do. Don't be scared. Just you're going to go, hey, the house dropped 50% in value. I don't know if I should buy it right now. Right. Your neighborhood matters. If you buy in a jacked up neighborhood and it dropped 50%, great. But your jacked up neighborhood means the property was only $200,000, $300,000 to begin with. You want to buy in an upscale area that people are saying that's a cool neighborhood to live in. That's where you should go. You should say, okay, that house used to be $1 million. It's now $550,000. That's where you want to live. All right. The quality of the build's already better. The quality of the neighborhood and all that is upscale. Whether you live there or not, it's a whole nother issue. But the point is, that's where you want to go. All right. Some neighborhoods, it might be $700,000 is upscale. You want it, if a house is $400,000, you go get it. Okay. Giving you the playbook. That's how it works. And then sit back and relax for a few years. Have fun. All right. Here we go. Curtis Davis, Visa. Bank of America, AXP jumped 2% ahead of Fed rate cut. Exactly. Bank stocks, ladies and gentlemen. He just gave you something right here. And also Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. What the hell is PayPal doing down here this low? PayPal. That's another one. SoFi. Okay. Look, banks. Gino Chimiente will probably say banks as well. Banks, transactions, and I, for one, believe Upstart, Afterpay, all these companies that you can get these loans. Those are the companies you need to invest in right now. This isn't rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. When the economy goes bad, which it is, people are going to want to borrow. So therefore, you get more interest. Banks now will be able to get more interest when they increase the interest rates. So there we go. Uh-oh, Gino Chimiente. Hey, do you guys have your pen, pad, and paper ready? Please smash the like button because it's free and it helps out the algorithm. Smash the like button. And if you like what I'm talking about tonight and what gems are being dropped, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. Look at here. I just got off the phone with a lot of financial industry in my field. A lot of brokerage firms are closing accounts because of margin calls. They don't have money payback. There we go. Exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, because it keeps going down. Keeps going down. Exactly. The stock market's going down. People are getting liquidated. And instead of that, they're just going, we don't want your business no more. This is the kind of activity that happens, ladies and gentlemen. It goes downhill. Some of you may have your accounts closed by the bank, accounts closed by the credit card companies as well. They're just going to go, F it. They're not important enough to me. I'm closing their accounts out. That's what's happening. And look at here. Look at here. Closing accounts because of margin calls. This is normal, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never been in this arena before, this is what happens. This is the lull before the storm. If they're doing this already, that just tells you what the sentiment is. Thank you so much for sharing that, Gino Chimiente. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you never know who's in the house around here and what info you can get. The Pizza Game MFT took a steep decline recently. Diesel Mike, I'm not familiar with the Pizza Game. And in fact, I would think all crypto is taking the decline. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, I'm sure there's some new ones that's coming out and people pump it up, but overall, things are just dropping like a hot rock. And there's a reason, because the stock market is dropping like a hot rock. They don't want people taking money out of the stock market and putting it into crypto. And this is why some things could happen here that could be extraordinary. If these companies like Drip, like Power, like Vapor, like whoever it is that's giving 1%, these DAOs, if these guys could stay or somehow hang in there and still give out 1%, if there's an ecosystem, imagine what would happen once the stock market hits rock bottom and now people are going to need to put their money somewhere that earns money. You can imagine what's going to happen. Crypto would start going up. Now, when stocks go back up, crypto's going back up, and all those people who are able to keep their strong block, who's able to keep these nodes or mining or whatever you're doing and buy in at the lower price, your dollar cost average is lower. Imagine what happens if things do go back to normal where they're 100 times what they are now. 20, 30, 40 times what they are now, and you're earning 1% off the 20, 30, 40 time number. There's millionaires that are going to be made, ladies and gentlemen. There's 58 million millionaires on the planet. After this next little crash situation, it could be damn near double, because there are more people in crypto. There's more people buying real estate. All right. You are in the right position. The Pizza Game MFT, I don't know. CMG looking good. Stay with that. Don't sell. I'm still with CMG, GMG. Yes, I love it. I love it. I didn't drop some things, but it's all right. 1 hour, 21 minutes in. We're going to take a little break right now. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Assets are going down. You ready to play? I want to hear, are you guys ready to play? It sounds like we have people that's ready to play tonight in the SSN Nation. Investors warning, I'm giving the talk tonight. I'm giving the speech on the Money Making Mondays. I'm giving you the playbook. Let me ask you something. If you know how the game is played, doesn't it make it easier for you to make decisions? Even if you don't believe what I'm talking about, all you have to do is just watch. We were talking about inflation 2.5, 3 years ago, right? I know. There's videos. We're talking about the stock market going down a year ago. Again, just like when it went down in 2020, we didn't anticipate that due to COVID. But we did buy due to COVID, right? We were talking about what to get then. You had plenty of time to get out when you got 300%, 1,000%, 3,000% on your money. There was no reason for you to hold. You should have sold. There's no reason to be greedy. Take the profit. Simple. Same thing again, ladies and gentlemen. Stocks are going down. Same thing. Real estate, when it goes down, same thing. You know the playbook. There's no dispute here on the playbooks. Pre-construction, there was no dispute on the playbook. All right? Same thing. Hey, Eric. Paula Marion's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I'm very happy to see you once again. Hey, Eric, my 401k investments dropped significantly. Staying the course. Monday night gyms. Exactly, Paula Marion. And your 401k, that means you're with a business. You're going to have a paycheck coming in, whether it's once a week, twice a month. You're still going to invest, which now means your dollar cost average is still perfect. It's still going to go down. That's where you want to be. You keep investing whatever you've been investing. Keep going. That's beautiful. That's how you do the game. And when it rises back up, you're way ahead. So it's beautiful. I'm very happy to hear that you're staying the course, because that's what you should be doing, ladies and gentlemen. She done said it all with that statement. My 401k is going down. All that should mean is a big smile should be on her face. She's like, wait a minute. These stocks that they invested in, which are usually the top 50, top 100, that's usually how 401ks go. They want to play safe. You mean they've lost 30, 40, 50%, and I'm actually being able to buy back in or keep buying at this 40, 30, 40, 50% drop? You're damn right. Because when they just simply get back to 100% of their price, you have gained 40, 50% on your money. You got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very, very happy to hear that. And oh my, Paula Marion says, I'm giving out a super sticker tonight. Thank you so much. I humbly appreciate the donation. Thank you so much, Paula Marion. It's very nice to see you once again. Happy to see you back in the SSN Nation. Thank you so much for your support, your continued support. I appreciate it. Curtis Davis bought more SoFi. That's right. I can't blame him. Bought Marvel stock this week. Oh, man. Marvel's on sale as well. I can't blame you for none of that, Mr. Financial. I couldn't believe when I saw the Marvel. I was like, is this for real? I was just like in shock. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Good advice. Thanks, Eric. You're amazing. Grateful for this awesome platform. Thank you so much, Paula Marion. Thank you. You have the playbook. We know what to expect. We know who the winners are here, ladies and gentlemen. We know who's controlling the purse strings of America and around the world. The top 10% of the wealthiest. That's just how it is. And in fact, the top 1% of the wealthiest are really pulling all the strings. But by default, the top 10% have enough money to actually follow upon what the 1% have already laid out. And now OCs here in the SSN Nation, you guys know the playbook and you know what to do. You can take advantage when they fail. See, that's what you guys don't understand. They fail. They're failing right now. Inflation going up, stocks going down. That is their failure. That allows you to come up and win. But you can't be shy. This isn't for the faint at heart. It's only money, ladies and gentlemen. What if I told you I wanted to do an experiment? I wanted to find out what happens if I go to zero of revenue coming in, passive income coming in, shut off all streams of revenue for a little while, and let's see if you can turn some things back into making money. That's you'll find out a lot from yourself if you do anything where you're not comfortable. This is not comfortable when you sit there and you say, I worked for this money. It's hard-earned money. Stocks are going down. Crypto's going down. Real estate's going down. I don't think I should invest in these things. I don't want to lose my money. Come on. Make more, ladies and gentlemen. You can always make more. Don't be scared. You can make more. Now is the time over the next 6 months. You have an opportunity to change your life 2 to 3 months out from here. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. I didn't even have to do anything except use some of these bullets that I got my duffel bag of cash in and make a few investments. All right. You're welcome. Glad to be back. Thank you again for that donation. I humbly appreciate it. Paula Marion, I hear you. My 401k is also taking a big hit. Best thing we can do is stay at it. I increase my contribution for the purpose of taxes. Exactly. And you guys who's been around, you guys know my friends retired 2 years ago. Their portfolios were over $1 million. Okay, lows 1.13, 1.4, 1.5. Right? What do you think they're doing about now? They're sitting there looking at their stuff like, oh, this is 800. This is 900. This is 700, 750. And getting a little nervous now because remember, they could potentially live another 20 to 30 years. Prices are going up, which now means they have to use some of that money that they have to actually pay for higher priced items. Unaccounted for. Who knew stuff is going to double in price? What happens if it triples or 4 times in price, which could happen, ladies and gentlemen? Now, all of a sudden, that $1 million portfolio ain't so sweet anymore, right? So therefore, that's why you need assets that pay you. It's not just good enough to keep your money locked away and it goes up and down. You need profits coming in. And by the way, that just reminds me because Victor Marrero's up here. I'm going to say this right now. Victor Marrero did something years ago, $300,000 Margaritaville. He says, okay, I'm taking the chance. Not only does he have the $300,000 Margaritaville, which is probably worth, I don't even know. I can't even guess. It's probably be worth $700,000, $800,000. But you want to know what's more important? He has passive income coming in. And because I know the passive income number, his property in reality is worth more than $1 million. So he has, so in fact, the man could go out here right now and say, you know what? I want to find, I don't know if it's free and clear or whatever, but he can actually borrow against that, get a couple $100,000, set it on the sidelines, and sit there and wait for whatever great opportunity that he wants to buy back in at. because he has the revenue stream to pay for that 200. But all he's going to do is take the 200 out and go invest in something else. That's going to be passive income. So this is why you make these plays, ladies and gentlemen. You put yourself in position where you have options. That's where you want to go. All right. Paula Marion saying, I hear you. Exactly. Victor, yes, let's stay the course. That's how we have to be, ladies and gentlemen. You got to stay the course. They dropped the market to shake out weak hands. That's right. Apple's at 150, AMD at 101. Oh, my God. Apple at 150. You guys, look, we know what we should be investing in. Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, AMD. NVIDIA and AMD. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Artificial intelligence, just the beginning. All right? And you know chips are needed for almost every damn thing. So I don't even know what TSEM's at right now. All right? These are chip plays. Apple, they're going to build their own chips. Apple is underrated as far as I'm concerned at this price point. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, all these are top 100s. Facebook, Meta, come on. Even now you have to sit there and say, what the hell's going on? We talked about dividend stocks. Look, ORC, Orchard Capital. Interest rates are going up. I'm like Orchard Capital. They're giving me damn near 20% on my money right now. 20% return annually because I have their dividend. They're giving it away right now at 20%. All right. This is something to think about. If you like money, PSEC, which is one of my favorites, their stock keeps going up and down. But again, we're at 9% on the money. If you'd have invested 2 years ago, you're already also at 17, 14, 15, 17% on your money. AGNC, I've talked about these same ones. Nothing changes. You want to get 10, 12, 13% on your money annually, there's some dividend stocks that can help you. And weak hands is what they're shaking out right now. Okay? Curtis Davis, it's easy to invest in bull market. Exactly. It takes patience and brains to invest in a bear market. Exactly. Exactly. Bear markets, ladies and gentlemen, we're in it right now. Any smart person knows investing 401k keeps the tax man's off your butt. Exactly. Exactly. Curtis Davis, Paula Marion says exactly. You do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know when we get deep off into this, they don't like hearing it. So I'm very happy you stayed here, but please smash the like button so we can bring some other OCs in the house. Because when we start talking about 401k and this tax situation, you guys know you can invest in 401k. You get to write off a portion of it, depending on how you set this up, whether you're working for an employer or you have an S Corp or whether you have your C Corp, whether you have an LLC, your business is set up under Fidelity or TD Ameritrade, however you got it going, you could save by having a 401k. And Paula Marion signs off on this 100%. Curtis, exactly, 100. Edmund Vilvert, what you think about Shiba Inu? I don't think nothing about Shiba Inu. In fact, Edmund Vilvert, you know, we really haven't talked about Shiba, SafeMoon, any of those. It's just like any other coin that's 0.0000 whatever. The same thing I always say. If you believe in it, I just say, hey, just put in 15, 20, 30 bucks, have millions of shares. Because if it really goes to 1 cent or 50 cents, then you're in the money. But why risk putting in 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 on these point and 7 things or point and 5 zeros? There's no reason. Because if it actually works, all you have to do is invest $20 to $50 and you're good. So I say, if you believe in it, then so be it. But I didn't invest in Shiba. I'll just put it that way. So it's up to you, really. Curtis Davis, if inflation jumps like it shall, you can't play it safe. You must have cash flow assets, i.e. business, Airbnb, rental property. Exactly. That's exactly right. Doster Group, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know what your response was for Massive, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. I know the comment section works. And so hopefully the like buttons work, and smash those, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like what we're talking about here, come back on Wednesday Night Live, come back on Friday Night Live, or check out some of the videos, because we got a lot to talk about here, because we're trying to raise everybody up a whole nother financial level while the getting is good. There's no better time. That's what you don't understand. If you're an OC, ordinary citizen, who barely makes it paycheck to paycheck, this is the best time. When assets deflate, go down, all you have to do is create some way to get extra stream of revenue or extra money coming in, and you now can invest at a lower amount, a lower percentage, lower cost, but you get to win on the upside. It beats investing higher and then price dropping. You want to invest low with a less amount, so then when prices go up, you get a higher value. That's the beauty of it. But most people who are down here, who make the lower income wages, you can't make that as an investment money. So you always stay behind the curve. And that's why we have to talk about how to make money, ladies and gentlemen, while you sleep. You have to take risk. Inflation is predictable, but some entity will have you think Social Security enough. Oh my. Fixed pension, nope. Even Walmart will save our elderly. Hell no. You can't escape, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to be able to escape. You're going to have to deal with this. This is not your mother and father's American economy, or your great-grandparents or grandparents. This is not 1950 after a war and they have all these manufacturing facilities in America. Those manufacturing facilities, this would be akin to in the 1940s, having manufacturing done in another country, let's call it China. And then after the war, you sit there and say, hey, what are we going to make now? Well, all the factories are over in another country. That's not what happened. We had created factories in America. So then USA built, USA made, and all these people were able to work in these factories. Union wages. People were getting paid. They built the middle class off of this. All the factories were here. What happens now when there's no factories in America, which is the situation? I don't mean no as in zero. All I'm saying is, instead of having 1,000 factories or thousands of factories, less than a few hundred factories now, and everything else is outsourced. Mexico, Thailand, Vietnam, China, Singapore, whatever the case may be. Now what happens? You don't have a place where you can employ millions of people. You can't employ 180, 100, 200 million people. So now what's going to happen? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's bad news. So you might have to learn a new skill set today. You might have to figure out how to arbitrage, make some money on the fly. You're going to have to learn something. You're going to have to be humble enough to figure it out. All right. Chicken, beef, veggies up 30 to 50%. In fact, they're 100%. They're 100%. If you look at it, I know 30 to 50 might be over the course of the last 6 months, but go back 2 years, it's 100%. And because I'm on both coasts, things cost cheaper in Florida. I come over here. This house always been, come over to Cali. Things always cost 30% more, it seemed like. Now, though, things that cost whatever it cost in Florida, come back to Cali, the price is 100% of Florida on a lot of items. It's crazy. I went down to get some peanuts. I was looking at it the other day. I was like, okay, $6, $7, $8 for a can of peanuts. that used to be $2.50, $3, $7, $8, $9 for peanuts. Insane. Just insane. Gino Chimiente, I have been through this since the 1970s with this inflation. Exactly. And this is why Gino Chimiente knows the playbook. He's actually went through 5 cycles. The 70s was a whole nother animal. Gas, people were lined up half a mile long lines because there was a threat of there'd be no gas. There would be no gas. Price went through the roof. They gouged us. Inflation, 10% for house loans, 12%. That was in the 70s when we went off the gold standard. They could do the petrodollar now. They could print money to infinity, which now meant inflation is with us for the rest of our lives. That also meant they're destroying the middle class, because at one time, if the middle, I don't know what the numbers are, so I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say the middle class was $75,000 a year to $100,000, okay? Which actually, that's kind of what it is. So let's just say a house cost, we'll use today's terms. A house costs $300,000, right? So now you fast forward, and all of a sudden they start printing more money. All of a sudden you find out 10 to 15 years later, that $300,000 house is now $1 million. But guess what? Your wage is still $75,000 to $100,000. What do you think is going to happen? That means they just wiped out the middle class, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? This is happening right before your very eyes. So if you can't get extra streams of money coming in here, or you can't join them, meaning get assets, stocks, real estate, crypto, those can be considered assets. Another type of assets is yourself starting a business where you have revenue streams coming in. That's another asset. You better be able to have some sort of skill to get some additional asset money, passive income coming in. That's all there is. All right. ORC moment, Doster Group. Thank you so much for saying that. In fact, you know what? Let me go see what's happening here. Let me go look at ORC. Because if stocks went down, that means they're back to 20%. They're back at 19.35% of dividends right now, ladies and gentlemen. So their stock is only $3.41. After hours, it went up to it's still at $3.41, but it dropped to $3.38. So again, 19% return is dividend money, ladies and gentlemen. That could go a long way. 20% every 3 years, you're doubling your money. That's not bad from an investment standpoint. If they keep giving out the dividends, that is. We got to keep that in mind. Eric, you're getting a cyber attack. Exactly, man. Exactly. Because this information that you got that we're talking about is most people are too busy, work to work, paycheck to paycheck, and they're sitting there and you don't realize it. When years go by, you're just like, man, things cost more. What am I going to do? I just live my paycheck to paycheck. They're giving me an increase, 3% this year. And you're just being lulled to sleep. You're paying 20, 30% more, and they're sitting there telling you here's 3% or 2% cost of living, lulling you to sleep. All right. Yes, I lost power here for a second, so I know this is what people are talking about. Rutro, exactly. Auntie Val, Paul American, I can hear you now. Yes, exactly. That again, when we start talking on these subject matters about how to get OCs out of trouble or how to recognize what's happening and then do something about it, those are the kind of things that you got to pay attention to. Drip Animal Farm Cryptocurrency. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says his tagline, excellent content. Thank you so much for being here. And by the way, you ladies and gentlemen, you got to go check out his channel. He came forth and started a YouTube channel, so show him some love. Go check him out. All right. Doster Group says diamonds a gem. That's right. You never know what gems are going to be dropped here in the SSN Nation. Gino Chimiente, you see why I always say take your profits for times like this. That's what I say. I rent my stocks. I don't own them. Exactly, Gino Chimiente. And this man's been in the stock market for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. And there's some more things with Gino Chimiente, but I'm not going to talk about it because he's given us solid advice over the last 3 years. And he's been right. He's been taking his 20, 30% profits. He's not shy about it. He's not been like me sitting around where I bought NEO at $2.50, $3, and it went up to $35. And then I didn't sell even then. He's sitting there going, wait a minute, what's going on with you? You should have taken that 30, 40, 50%. You allowed it to go up to over 1,000%. He's like, I would have already sold and bought back in and got some more 30, 50, 1,000%. So his method is right, tried and true over the length of time. He says, give me my 30%. I'll take that. Give me my 40%. I'll take that. He doesn't need to hit home runs. He's taking his profits little bit by little bit. I can't blame him for that. I love that advice, by the way, because OCs, you guys, you don't have to feel shy about taking 30% profits, 40% profits. I know it's nice to hit home runs where you're saying, hey, I got double my money and made 5 times my money and all this. But with holding stocks when you're already in the profit, you're taking a risk when you think about it, right? I too like to have that 500, 1,000. I don't call home runs 100, really. 100%. I don't call those home runs. I like that 5 times, 6 times, 10 times your money. We were lucky enough to get into some of that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying we can do it again because right now there's nothing really that you can really look at other than weed stocks. I believe are going to do the 2,000% because some of them are less than $1. All right. So there's certain industries that you can I still think the EV market and things like that as well. The last time inflation was like that in the 1970s, that is when Jimmy Carter was the president. Look who is the president now, is blowing it. Yeah, we can talk history. So first of all, Jimmy Carter is not responsible for the inflation. Second of all, the catalyst for all that was when Nixon said, you know what? We have money at Fort Knox all based on the gold. The gold standard was put in place, so you can't just go up and print money, allegedly. So therefore, it was based on a metric. Soon as they said, we're no longer on the gold standard and called up Saudi Arabia and said, hey, man, you're going to back us, right? We're going to make this the petrodollar. That is the action to the gold standard situation. That's one of the catalysts. And then there's allegedly an oil shortage, allegedly. And then inflation kicks in from that point on. So now when Reagan comes into office after this Jimmy Carter, he goes, wait a minute, I'm a 1%er. I'm Mr. Hollywood. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give these guys some BS talking about trickle down theory. Oh, we're talking geopolitical now. We're going to talk about trickle down theory. What is trickle down theory, really? So you're going to give the guys that make, at that time, $20 million a year, $10 million a year, and their businesses, you're going to give them money, and you're going to, they're going to somehow give it to the people where? Hell no. They're going out there buying yachts. They're over here buying $2, $3, $5, $6 million, $6 million pads. They're not trickle down what? They're not going down here saying, hey, you know what, man? You guys are making $7.25 an hour, low wage, minimum wage. We're going to raise your minimum wage to $15 an hour because they gave me this money from trickle down nonsense. Smashing the middle class. They're like, F the middle class. That's what Reagan did for 8 years. Trickle down theory. So this all has stuff to do with, and by the way, they were busting up unions. Unions help you make more money and have health care and other items in place. So your boy Reagan was sitting there doing the same thing with this trickle down nonsense. And by the way, tax cuts, tax breaks for who? Not me, the ordinary citizen, only for the rich dudes. Does that sound familiar? Same thing that happened in 2017 or whatever it was, 2018. Come on now. This is the same playbook all over again. So now, again, the president now has to deal with tax cuts and tax breaks from 2017. that they gave to the rich people for the trickle down theory. It's BS all the time, and all the time the rest of the world. That's why 50% of the wealth is owned by Gino Chimiente, 1%. You know why it's 1%, Gino Chimiente? Because remember, I get a tax cut and tax break. The people who are down there at the bottom don't get tax cuts and tax breaks. They also aren't going to get no loan. They're not going to get bailed out either. Oh, don't even get me started. Who got bailed out in 2008 and 2009? Who created the mess? And guess who gets to pay the taxpayers, pay back the bailout money? Not those clowns. They got the free money, and that free money, they get to go buy apartment buildings with the free money they get at 1% or 0% interest. Sean Hannity, where you at? He's in on this bullshit too because he's a 1%er. Don't even get me heated, Gino Chimiente. Come on now. We know history here, buddy. Don't get me started with this. So Jimmy Carter was not at fault. Ultimately, some decisions he made he couldn't fix it. What can he do about 6 years earlier, 6 years earlier, because he was 76 to 80. What could he do about Nixon doing his BS, taking us off the gold standard? There ain't nothing he could do. The repercussions from that, and then the repercussions after him for the tax cut and tax break bullshit from Reagan. That's right, I'm cursing tonight, because that right there, who didn't see that coming? Yeah, arguing with my econ professors when they're telling me, oh, it's trickled down, it's all good, it's going to come down to the bottom. I'm like, how? Explain exactly how this is going to happen. I give a millionaire $1 million. What? He's going to come into the office and go, hey, guys, I got this $1 million in my hand. And by the way, we only have 25 employees. So let me figure out, divide this up, half of this 500,000 into 25 employees. I think for 3 years, I can give you guys a raise. That shit doesn't happen. Are you smoking crack? That's right. Back then, you smoking crack? He's like, oh, basketball star, what do you know? I'm like, dude, this ain't basketball. This is economics. If I'm talking basketball on the court, we can deal with that later. But right now, this is economics and it's BS, man. I said the long-term effect that this is going to have over the time means everything's going to go up in price because they're printing money and they're giving the wealthiest all this bail money. They're giving them free loans. They're doing all this stuff, calling it trickle-down theory. I was like, are you smoking crack? I said, you're devastating the middle class. In fact, what this is going to lead to is exactly what it led to. Top 10% is going to be able to control most of the wealth at this point. Give it 10, 15 years. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Top 1% owns more than 50% of the wealth. Top 10% owns 70% of the wealth. Come on. Okay, I get heated about all this stuff, man. I get heated big time. In fact, this is why I had to start the channel. What do you think about Shibu? Smash the like button. Paula Marion says, button fam. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go off because no. We don't get to play around here. We talking facts up in here. We don't get to blame somebody because they showed up later, Johnny come lately, and trying to fix something that somebody else actually did, except it takes 3, 4, 5 years for the effect to happen. Saving and loans crisis. Wonder how that happened in the late 80s. I wonder how the Great Recession happened after a tax cut, tax break from 2002, 2003 by George Bush. Funny how these guys always giving tax cuts and tax breaks and having the middle class and lower class pay for it because tax cuts and tax breaks, guess where they're getting the money from? It comes from the taxpayers, ladies and gentlemen. You and I are paying their tax cuts and tax breaks. So these clowns are on welfare talking about everybody else getting free stuff. Oh, that's bad. But they're sitting around here getting their free money. Oh, and by the way, they don't have to pay it back. Remember that PPP nonsense that we were talking about 3 years ago? 2 years ago? What did I tell you guys then? I should break out of clips every now and then. I told you right then and there when they go, oh, we don't know if we're going to give them if they're going to have to pay it back, if it's going to be forgiven. I was like, you know good and well they're going to give it to the top 1%ers, top 10%ers are going to get the bulk of it. They're going to forgive the PPP loan. That's what they do. And guess who gets stuck with the bill? The taxpayers, the welfare queens. They get the wealth, and we sit around here taking the risk. So we're taking risk in the stock market. They're companies. We're taking the risk on the crypto. We're taking the risk by having a job and getting paid the same amount of money 5 years at a time without getting raises. We're taking all the risk. But no time is our government sitting here going, hey, you know what? We're going to give you guys $300,000, $500,000 and have them guys pay it back. All right. I know. I know, ladies and gentlemen. The only safe stocks are dividend stocks, but you can nibble on EV stocks like ChargePoint, but it's a 1 to 3 year wait. Curtis Davis, that's what this is all about. Stocks are investments for now, for the future. Gino Chimiente, he's lucky enough to pick stocks because he does his due diligence. He's been in this for 50 years. He's sitting there saying, you know what? I'll take my 20, 30%. He's happy with that. The EVs, you didn't have to wait 1 or 3 years. Remember, I sold my EV stuff because I was like sitting here like, wait a minute. Like I said, I bought all the EVs were under $5. Their stocks were in single digits. So when they went up to $30, $40, $50, you should have been in sell time. I mean, I waited. But again, a lot of people sold when it was up to 20. They were like, okay, it's good enough for me. 2 times my money. I'm good. I was like 35, 36. I should have sold a long time ago. But I was like, hey, and it went up to 50, 60, and I still didn't sell. But when it came back down, I was like, okay, I got to sell. What am I sitting here? 2,000, 3,000% on my money? Of course I got to sell. Come on now. So you don't have to wait 1 or 3 years. And remember, in this case, you're not going to have to wait 3 years either. The mandate's already in. 2030 EVs is what the mandate is. And then 2025, GM and Ford has already committed to making all EV vehicles. Now they're talking about separation because they still want to have combustible cars. That's cool. That's facts, Jimmy, Eric, Wilson, Koo. You guys all be giving me knowledge and I'm in applying in crypto. Thank you. Drip Animal Farm Cryptocurrency. Thank you so much for saying that. There you go. Curtis Davis, there's no oil shortage. Woo, exactly. We are in process of negotiation with Brazil, oil and OPEC, Saudi Arabia. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? There is no oil. Look, first, hold on. This gets me, this burns me up, ladies and gentlemen. When we start talking about this burns me up because here, let me see what I have on the screen here. This burns me up. This really, really burns me up because a lot of people pay attention to the news. You sit here and they go, there's an oil shortage and things like that. And Mr. Financial says it exactly right. There's no oil shortage. Let me show you guys something. So remember this whole thing about how Russia, this conflict in Ukraine and Russia, because they both have oil and all this, that, and the other, right? You would think Russia would have like 40, 30, 40, 50% of the oil comes out of Russia, right? You would think that, right? What if how much oil does Russia I don't know what I want to put down here. I know the number. I know the number, ladies and gentlemen. It's not 30. It's not 40. It's not 50. It's not higher than that. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. How much oil does Russia supply? Russia provides only 10% of the global supply. You see how you're played? You see that up? Hold on. Let me make sure you guys can see this. You see how you're played? You would think that Russia has 30, 40% of the oil supply. You would be thinking, damn, the price of oil went up $2, $1.50. You would be like, damn, they just invaded Ukraine. Why is oil going up? And they say, oh, oil's going up because, you know, that invasion and all. And then you find out it's 10% of the global supply of oil is in Russia. That's it. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Who do you think is also at 10% world supply of oil? Here's a hint. United States of America. Oh, you want another one? Saudi Arabia. That's right. Russia gives out the world supply no more than USA or Saudi Arabia. Funny. Ask yourself something else, ladies and gentlemen. See, these are all facts you guys need to go look at. Then you might get heated as I do when they're playing with us. How about this? Do you happen to know how much oil reserves there are in the United States? Oil reserves that are in Venezuela, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, OPEC? How many offshore oil wells we're not even using? Yeah, exactly. Being played, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's why this whole thing is disgusting if you know what the numbers are. All right. So anyhow, I just had to bring this all full circle because Mr. Financial talked about the stocks and there is no the oil, and there is no shortage. He's exactly right. Exactly right. Any comments for the platform, Etsy and IEM? Both of these will allow you to post and sell your photos. This is truly passive income plus fun. Always thinking about extra passive income. Victor Marrero, this is a game changer. I did not know that Etsy and IEM did that. I like that. I like that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just another gem dropped for passive income, because you have photos, just like I have photos. You have photos, and they're just probably sitting in the drawer somewhere, or on your phone, or somewhere digitally on your laptop or desktop, and you could actually load photos up and make some money. This used to be what the wire services and photographers used to do. They would they would post them up, and then you would go in and be able to buy the rights to them. That's what used to happen. So big time photographers back in the day, they would have like TMZ still pays people for pictures and videos, except the pictures and videos wouldn't be $2, $3. They could $1,500, $5,000 back in the day. Not so much now, but that's how it used to be. Gino Shimiente, the best advice I could give you tonight: make a list buying stocks. That is excellent advice. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Education in motion, Paula Marion. Thank you so much. Preach, Eric. Thank you so much. I'm glad, because sometimes it's a touchy subject because people are into their political ways, when in fact, if you step back, it has nothing to do with it. If you're looking at somebody and they're sitting there telling you, we're going to give a tax cut and tax break, and I'm like, wait, any tax cut and tax break means taxpayers are paying more money. Who are you giving the tax cut and tax break to? Oh, we're giving it to the wealthiest. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm paying for these assholes. That's what you're telling me? The same dudes that don't want to give people raises, don't want to pay nobody a living wage. You want me to give them free money? Those guys. Come on, man. You're smoking crack. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? The assets only help the people already living off cash flow assets maintain lifestyle, passive income. The active income people get a 2% raise, while inflation 9%. Exactly the problem. And this active income, these changing of the names, I know people are saying active income now for W-2 workers and things like that. I don't like that, because once you start changing names, just like when you call North Africa the Middle East, there's a reason you're going to do that, because you don't want a continent. You're not going to say Africa, because you want Africa to always be deemed like this bad place. If you know Middle East is actually Africa, ladies and gentlemen, now you understand why America and the European allies, they said, no, man, we got to change the name over here. We got to call this the Middle East, because we got to separate this, because we can't let people know that region, Africa, has like riches. We don't want them to know that, because we're over here plundering it away. And we don't want to let nobody know this. And that's why when Omar Gaddafi all of a sudden one day woke up and was like, whoa, wait, hey. No. You guys forget that oil stuff deals we have. I want to start building up my nation around here. They were like, hold on now. We got to have propaganda to make sure this guy's a bad guy, so we can kill his family and we can ultimately have him killed, because if all the other nations started doing this, we're screwed. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Get in the program. Now you understand what you have to do. That's all. You know history. You know everything. Now you understand how you can stay away and turn SHIT into sugar. Paula Marion, more billionaires emerged during the pandemic. Exactly. Exactly. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. While there's 100 million people out of work in the United States, somehow more billionaires and millionaires are made, percentage-wise, than before. I mean, this is insane. I don't trust any of these politicians. Both parties have failed us. Exactly. None of the policies either party has implemented has done anything for me. I built it on myself. That's tax cut, tax break. That means taxpayers will pay it. Then both parties will say bailout. That also means taxpayers are going to pay it. Then they come back and say, hey, we don't have enough money because we mismanaged it. So now you got to give more to your city, state, and federal government, more in taxes. Oh, it's just only 0.5%. It's only 0.1%, but still, nonetheless, that means more money coming out of our pocket, which also now means when prices go up, where are we going to get the extra money from? Now we have the Federal Reserve sitting out here, and anybody talking about reduced interest rates, you're against ordinary citizens. That's right, against ordinary citizens. So when somebody's sitting there telling you reduce the Federal Reserve rate, they're against you, people. That's why you get 0% from the bank for using your money. All right, enough. I know, ladies and gentlemen, I start going off, but I'm giving you the facts. You can all Google this. No guru zone, exactly. The money has been taken from somewhere, so we must pick middle, rich, or poor. The money fiat is a no-win game. Printing money started back in times of Greek. The currency blows up or resets. Exactly. It's history, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours in. Please smash the like button. Tonight, I'm actually going off on government stuff, geopolitical, and talking about it, but it's all facts. We don't play around here. Once you understand what's happening to you, now you can make decisions based on, okay, I understand what's happening. Maybe I can make a better decision with my investments, with what I'm deciding to buy, the way I'm trying to make extra streams of revenue or income coming in. Once you understand that, that helps you out greatly. All right. On this channel, we have over 150 years experience. Gino, Eric, Victor, people who have lived through good, bad economy. Exactly. Very, very true. Curtis Davis, Eric, preaching facts tonight. Thank you so much. Brian P's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream. And he says, hello, Eric. Hello to SSN. Brian P, hello to you too. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to your name. I appreciate it. And again, if you like what I'm talking about tonight, I know I'm going off on a little rant, but please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. Hey, for me, it's just another day at the office and another day we'll have YouTube suppression. But it does not matter because you guys have to understand what you're working and up against. It's not just simply you got to go out here and make more money. You also have to figure out who's going to be paying back all these loans that they're going to be giving out. Okay, what I mean by that, i.e., who's going to be paying back this bailout money that they're going to be giving out? Who's going to be paying back the Federal Reserve money that they're giving to people, buying up debt, buying up stocks, and doing stuff like that? Who's going to pay that back? You know who it is. It's you and me. So it's not just good enough that we have inflation. That's bad enough. We have to make more money because of inflation, and then they're still going to be taking more money out from our taxes, from our wages. So it's a double-sided wealth inequality goes higher. And you're wondering how wealth inequality goes higher. It's simple. It's simple. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled quite yet, because here's what's going to happen on the other side of the fence. They're going to tell you, look, the people who make $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, they don't pay as much tax as the guys that make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, because those guys, they actually pay the bulk of the taxes. I'm just like, yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. I said those are the same guys that reap the rewards from who's getting the bailout money and who's getting loans for their businesses that people in the lower economic scale can never dream of. They're not going to be able to get a $400,000, $300,000 line of credit to start a business or keep a small little business going. They're going to go, you don't have the revenues. Come on. So it's easier when you already are up there making $500, $1 million in revenue to go out and get more money. Right? Simple. So obviously, I'm going to stay ahead of the person. I'm going to stay ahead of 50% of the population because we can get lines of credit. We can get loans. We can scale up. All the best they can do is work off of their hard work and then say, hey, I got this profit right here. What am I going to do with this profit? I.e., just like the people right now in these areas like in Florida, in areas where there's seasonal work, the same thing that happens with them at the end of April, they have to sit there and go, oh man, because the rest of the summer is going to be slow. So they have to look and say, hey, this is how much profit we have. This is going to have to hold us over for the next 5-6 months. Now, what can we buy and update our material or update our assets? This is all we can do. It's a far cry from being able to go out here and say, hey, can I get that $1 million loan? Now, when they say I can get that $1 million loan, of course, they can now do what they need to do to scale up. But for everybody who's on the other side of the fence, which is 50% of the population, they don't get to have that. So the wealth gap gets bigger and larger. And that's what we're trying to avoid right here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want the wealth gap to get bigger and larger. You know why? Because you're smarter now. You're sitting over here going, hey, Eric, you told us about pre-construction. Cool, we got that. Hey, Eric, you told us about multifamily properties. We got that. You're the one that told us about investing some stock market and think about the future. You got that. We were on a live and we saw Gino Chimiente tell us to buy some oil about 2 weeks ago. And it went up from $100 a barrel to $130. We took profits. We got that. You see what I'm saying? As long as you understand what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, that gives you an advantage. When the top 10%ers, top 1%ers mess up, that's when you're supposed to pounce. When the real estate goes down because they messed up, you pounce. When stocks go down because they messed up, you pounce. This isn't rocket science. And it's going to happen again 6 to 8 years from now. Again. But in the meantime, you pounce when things are good and low. Don't be shy. We never know where the bottom is, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to see me on here saying this is the bottom. But when things go down 50, 60%, you got to start thinking that's a good time to get stuff. If it goes down below that, then buy some more because that's even better. All right. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Brian P., I got the YouTube notification and saw the video. Thank you so much. We only had like 3 people tonight, but hey, nonetheless, I want to thank everybody for being here. We're 2 hours, 12 minutes in, so please smash the like button and tell other people about the videos. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have the live streams. Any member of the channel can always join me on the live stream. Come up here and show your face and have any discussion you want to have. All right? Don't be shy. In fact, anybody can ask any question in the chat room. Don't be shy. This is a no guru zone. We have no problems trying to help people. You need funding? No problem. Remember that example I gave you? There's ways that you can get funding, regardless of credit, but you may need something else. You may need revenue from the business. You may need to show profits. You may need to show bank statements. You may need to show you're in business. All right? There's ways to do things. Oh my, Paula Marion, another super sticker, another donation. Thank you so much, Paula Marion. I humbly appreciate this. Thank you so much for your support and for the super sticker too. Thank you. Thank you. Speechless sometimes because of donations. I thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, anything you want to talk about? Now, back to something. I just want to let you guys know something again. I want to let you know this. I'm getting a little more excited. I started talking about this at the beginning because we always talk about real estate. And I do think real estate's going to go down, and we're about to learn something over the next year. What's going to happen when you buy a pre-construction property, lock-in price, and the real estate economy goes down? I want to know what's going to happen because I don't know what's going to happen. I do know what happened in 2008 where the lady bought $264,000 for a condo across the street from the beach in El Cordacito. I know what happened. It's not worth $264,000 right now, unfortunately. Well, last year it wasn't. Now it might be. But all I'm trying to say is where you buy matters. So I'm going to talk about real estate here for a second. El Cordecito, Los Corrales El Cordecito is a tourist location. Basically, it was the go-to spot if you wanted to stay in a place that would be $50, $100, $75 per night. It wasn't built to be upscale. She paid upscale prices in a tourist location where traditionally other condos around there were less than 80 grand. But because she was across the street from the beach, she was sold on being across the street from the beach. So she paid $264,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. And yeah, you can see the water. I stayed in it, so you guys can check it. Dominican Republic, a year and a half ago video. Year and 3 months ago video, actually. And I stayed there, so I think I made a video and I showed you it's literally across the street from the beach. But even that did not increase her value from 2009 to 2020. All right? So I'm just warning you right now, it does matter the location that you purchase your property. Because if her property would have been in Cocatel or at Cap Cana, her value would have doubled. There's a difference because of the neighborhood matters. The location matters. You cannot build higher than the location. So in other words, I can't go to Los Corrales El Cordecito right now and build a $400,000 villa. That would make 0 sense because there aren't $400,000 villas right there. And I can't sell a $250,000 condo. Oceana, which is new, they probably have their 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, whatever they had up there, penthouses, they're up there, but they had to do a whole bunch. They had to bring the party to their property. They had to make a grocery store. They had to put in a cinema. They had to put in restaurants, all at their location. They had to put in a kids club. You see what I'm saying? They put in a beach-like atmosphere inside their complex. They had to do all of that to sell at the prices they wanted to sell at above $150,000. Because you can go up the street and buy a 2-bedroom condo even right now for 90 grand. So they had to do something special. So that's why it matters. And that's why the beach, the preeminent property downtown, is able to raise their prices every 4 months. And now they're on a roll. They're on a roll. They're raising prices 20, 30, 40 grand. And they're getting ready to do it again. And I'm still shocked by it. 3 months ago, $237,500 for a 3-bedroom bottom floor at the beach. Then it went to $255,000. It is now $309,000 in less than 3 months. That should tell you something. $199,000 for a 3-bedroom at the Wave right now could be a deal of a lifetime. You want to know why? Because now a 2-bedroom penthouse or 3 bedrooms, they're going for 300 grand in a lot of places. I just found out something today, which I'm trying to get on, but we'll talk about that later. Mario A, here we go. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, or you can track Nancy Pelosi's investment to make a profit. Mario A, exactly. You have people sitting up here on these, what do you call them? I can't even, my mind's blowing up. Committees. They're on committees listening to, oh, hey, what's the banking industry going to be doing? Hey, are we going to approve this drug or approve this? They already are sitting there knowing this, and they're doing insider trading. And he's exactly right. Go watch hers. Go watch the 2 senators that were Purdue and they lost in Georgia. They did the same thing. As soon as they came out of the meeting for the COVID, they come out their meeting. Hey, sell all my travel stock, sell all my Caribbean cruise stocks, sell all that. Nancy Pelosi did it. Dianne Feinstein did it. All these guys are in on it. It's disgusting. But yet they're going to arrest, what's her, God, I can't remember her name now. The lady that cooks and does gardening, Martha Stewart. They're going to go arrest her. Yeah, unbelievable. You're so welcome. Thank you again, Paula Marion, for that donation. I appreciate you. Lots of love. Rivian having trouble securing chips because other autos have more credit order history. The supply chain tight. Exactly, Curtis Davis. The best are going to get their stuff. They're first in line. The new guys, I'm sorry, you're the new guys. You have no track record. This works along the whole way, whether you're talking about credit, whether you're talking about buying. Hey, can you believe places like Lamborghini, Ferrari, and places like that go, ho, ho, you can't buy from us. Have you ever had any high-end car before? Can you believe that? Crazy, right? It happens, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that in mind. Drip Animal Farm cryptocurrency, ADXS. Stock is down 88% currently, 12 cents. I think I might buy. I'm not familiar with that stock, but thank you for dropping that gem because somebody can write it down and see if they might buy at 12 cents. I like 12 cents, quite frankly. I just dropped something again. That's funny. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, let me know. 2 hours, 20 minutes in. And thank you so much again, Paula Marion, for the 2 donations this evening. I appreciate that so much. And smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about tonight, subscribe and click the all notification bell. All right. That makes it nice and simple. And oh, by the way, down below in the description, if you're new here, get your free $10 of Bitcoin from Coinbase. Links down below. Get your free $5 of Shiba or Dogcoin or ADA from Webull. Links down below. Get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. The links down below. If you hodling your crypto and you want to just earn interest on your money every day, then Celsius Network and Nexo, those links are down below. Why are those important? Because you can borrow against your collateral, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, your crypto collateral. They will give you loans, no credit check, no qualifying, no barrier to entry. What more do you want? But you're using your own collateral. But keep in mind, with crypto, you don't want to borrow no more than 10%. Because crypto has dropped 90%. In a lot of cases, 95% means you would be liquidated. So you want to use your borrow. If you borrow against your collateral, you want to make sure you go out here and get passive income. That's what you want to use it for. So you borrow money, you go put it into a vehicle where you're having money come in every month so you can pay back what you borrowed. That's simple. All right, it looks like I have somebody coming here in the chat room doing some promos. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. Absolutely 100 anytime. Excellent content and commentary, Eric. I appreciate you and the fam. Thank you so much, Paula Marion. Okay, I got somebody here spamming online strips without clothing. Okay, that's cute. See, every now and then we have to block people. Yeah, so naked is going to have to be, you're not even in timeout with this crazy nonsense. All right, let's go. Thank you once again. Naked's grayed out. Sorry, Naked. You're out of here with that. Okay. No naked strips. Let me see what else we got going on here. All right. So back to, we always end a little bit with real estate talk because I want you guys to understand. I'm going to give you guys a little preview of what's going on. Oh, by the way, here's another reason I forgot to mention this. Mr. Estacio was on like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. He came on with the builder Perez. Mr. Perez is actually building the Nan Luxury. So remember the lots were $60,000. He's going to build a 2,750 square foot villa at basically it was $153,000. So for $213,000, you could have bought a lot and have a 2,750 square foot villa built custom. All right. Well, guess what? Nan Luxury, I got the price. The 3-bedroom villas are going to cost $359,000. 2 have already been sold. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. 3-bedroom villas. So all you guys who bought at Bliss Trails, who bought at Dumas, who bought in Sabana, who bought in Oasis del Lago, who bought all these villa properties, congratulations. If you have a 3-bedroom, it is now worth well into the 300,000s. Just letting you know. All right. You got to love this appreciation that you're getting. And again, location matters. It's going to matter. It's also going to help people who aren't even in the Vistacana or any project, because there's some people that have townhouses and villas outside of this, like at Primavera, like in Las Brisas or El Brisas. I can't remember. Las Brisas, I think it's called. And there's other places. Okay, so everybody's going to be winning here, ladies and gentlemen. You just had to get in the game. You can still get in the game. There's a new project coming out. Oh, by the way, I got to tell you guys something. I got to tell you this. New project, Primavera Luxury. All right. In fact, let me get my look. Primavera Luxury. 226 square meters, but it's not inside. They're doing the thing where they're adding like the patio and the terrace areas. They're counting that as part of the thing. And I'm like, okay, I can't deal with you guys doing this. I need just the interior number. They're like, oh, well, where we're going to release Primavera Luxury, they're trying to release it in the next week or so. They're way behind the curve on this. They should have released it in January when it was high season, not at the end of high season. But nonetheless, that's good for us, because once I tell you the prices, here's the only drawback. I'm going to give you guys the good and the bad. I'm going to look at the numbers. I got it sent over. I know the numbers. So I'm going to give you the facts. I'm not going to just guess. But here's the thing. Come on now. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still bent up about the beach. Now it's $300,000 for the 3-bedroom. That just blows my mind. All right. All right. So, oh, damn it. Damn it. How did this happen? I got something happened here. Oh, here we go. All right. I had a couple of people sending me messages about this Primavera. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. So I can't give you the inside. Okay. I'm going to look at something right here. Anytime I see the Edmondville vert, should we buy Sheba, hold it for a long time? I have nothing to say about Sheba. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I might even have Sheba. I know I have Safe Moon, Sheba, and all that. The reason why I have them is because I invested $20 to $30, because when they had 6 or 7 or 8 zeros in front of them. That means I have millions, 2 million, 3 million coins. So I was like, if this ever goes to 1 cent or something like that, then that's pretty cool. If it goes to 10 cents, that's even better. If it actually went to $1, then, the odds of that occurring is slim. So yeah, but I wouldn't invest 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, because you don't have to. You can get 1 million coins investing a lot less. So that's all I'm saying. If you think it's something to invest in, that's up to you. But I personally don't have that same feeling, but I probably put in 20, 30 bucks, because that's minimal. That's beer money. That's ordering a pizza money kind of thing. All right. But anyhow, back to the Primavera. This right here is Primavera Luxury Village. It's going to be inside Primavera 3. Primavera 3 is on the back side of there's going to be another entrance to Vistacana on another road. And that's going to be, you're going to have to pass Primavera 3. The only thing about Primavera 3 is it's a residences place, so it has villas. So the other part to the problem with Primavera 3 is all they have is like a pool, and they do have a fitness room, but it's all villas. So right now I've been trying to find out about Primavera 3 because there's no restaurant, there's no bar, there's none of that. So I'm just like, then it's pointless if there's no restaurant and bars out there. The reason why I got to get a little bent about it is because when I tell you this, you're going to freak out because of the prices. They're talking about villas for $160,000. There's a 266 square meter. Now, don't get me wrong. That would be like 3,000, almost 3,000 square feet, but that's not inside. I don't know what the interior is going to be, but this is the most expensive one. It's $190,000. These prices right here is low. And I'm going to tell you something else, because this Typo U, that's the biggest unit, and it's $190,000. So what I'm trying to tell you though is this: it's actually a 3-bedroom, and it has a service quarters. So it's actually a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath villa that potentially could be 2,200 square feet interior wise for 190. That puts it into a steal category. If all of a sudden they woke up and they actually had a damn clubhouse and they had a restaurant and bar and a few other amenities in there. And that's why this is so interesting, because they're calling it Primavera Luxury Village. And I'm just like, wait, do you have a pool there? Do you have a clubhouse there? Is this a separate section within Primavera 3? So far, I haven't gotten that answer. But if this turns into where they actually have more amenities than any of their other Primavera 1 or 2, this would change the game. 190 would be a steal for 2,000 square foot villa. Oh, and by the way, I'm excited about something. This is the first villa that's going to be built like an American home. What I mean by American home is this. Let me see if I can pull a picture up, because what I mean by that is this right here. I'm going to show you a pic. Okay. I'm going to show you the back side. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can show this. I'm going to show you this. Look at this. I can never do this right. But look at this. See the top? This up here at the very top, that's a balcony that runs across, and look at the outside. That's part of the footprint and the pool. But here's the more important part. Look at this. Let me get this right. This is upstairs. And the reason why this is significant is when you wait, is that upstairs? No, that's downstairs. Hold on. Let me get upstairs for you. Let me see if I can get the upstairs. Hold up. That's not what I want to show you. I don't have it. Hold on a second. Here we go. Here's the upstairs. Look at this. Notice on the bottom right-hand side. Notice when you come up the stairs. Or is it left-hand side? Oh, it's left-hand side for you guys. I didn't know it was reversed. Okay, bottom left-hand side. Notice you come up the stairs. Look at here. That's a loft area, ladies and gentlemen. Look at when you go through the loft, straight out is a balcony, another patio balcony area. To the left is a bedroom, and the bedroom has its own patio balcony area. You see that? That's different. Most places don't have that. So that in itself makes this very unique. There's some other things, but again, I'm not liking what I see, because so far, this is what I see. And I don't know where the Primavera Village is going to be, but the point I'm trying to make is, notice I don't see any clubhouse. I don't see a pool area for these guys. So without that, 190 doesn't mean anything, because we need amenities when we have real estate. Remember the golden rule. If you want something that goes up in value even more, you want to have the golf course. You want to have the beach club. You want to have something. Clubhouse with bars. You want to have restaurants on site. You don't want people to leave. Its own little ecosystem. That creates a value in itself. So I'm just saying, but the price of 190 for that unit, if that thing turns out to be like 2,500 square feet inside or 2,200 square feet inside, that's going to be awesome. They have a maids or service quarters as well. So now you can turn it into a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath unit. And you can add a pool to it. So there's potential there. Paula Marion, good night. Thank you so much for being here once again. Appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours, 34 minutes in, and I'm going to have to call this a wrap once again. So please go down below in the description. I left the newsletter out, is up first in the description down below. So please sign up for the newsletter, because I send out an email to let people know when I'm going to do a live stream. So that way we get more people here, because YouTube notification is not sent to but only a few hundred people out of the thousands of subscribers. So you guys got to understand, we're working uphill because they're trying to make sure some of this information that we're trying to give here and help people, because we're helping. We're not telling you buy our course and we're going to give it to you on our Telegram or give it to you on our OnlyFans or give it to you on whatever. We're giving you the information that you can use to everybody. That's why it's more powerful. We're not asking you to give us your 300 or 400, 500 or 1,000 and pay 100 monthly to be into something where you're not getting anything in return. You could have used that $100 per month or $200 a month or that 2,000 you put into that course or whatever. You could have made an investment into some crypto a year ago and you could have been one of the winners. You could have picked a winner and you could have hundreds of thousands of dollars or 50,000 or 10,000. You could have 5 times your money. But again, taking that money off the table is a travesty. We want you to have all your weapons at your disposal to use. All right. Now, just keep that in mind. And if anybody has anything else to say, now is the time to say it and put it down in the comments, because on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m., it's members only. That's right. Members only can be in the chat room. So keep that in mind as well. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up tonight. I went a little political as usual, but hey, the world is running on everything. It's a world economy. So something a country does in South America or Europe or even on Russia or Asian continents, it's going to affect the rest of the world. And heaven forbid, if China does do something with Taiwan where 80 to 90% of all chips are made, that's going to be a problem. All right. That's going to be a huge problem. So keep that in mind as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up tonight. I want to thank you so much for being here. But I did not even run a promo video to ease the tension a little bit. So we got to run a promo video. And oh, by the way, go to stopstrugglingnow.com. You guys can pre-order the gear. Nobody's coming to save you. The hoodie, the t-shirt, and you can go to Stop Struggling Now for the SSN Nation hat. All that. I should give promos for that. You know, act like a YouTuber. And I'm going to do a promo before we go. So let's see here. We will do this one.
Come on, come on.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that. Okay. I just got in there. I love it. Hold on. I got a little bit excited because I got a message from somebody that I love. So that's very interesting. But yes, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. So please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And this is why we have to talk about things that have happened. We know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, right? We've been there before. But you got to pull the trigger. You can't be scared. When they're telling you, oh, be scared, fear inflation, fear prices going down, fear everything that you know you should be investing in. The assets you know, real estate. Come on. Real estate, stocks, and even crypto is affected. You know those 3 items. You should think when they drop, that's the time to pounce. And that's what you got to do here. So without that, you will have to do what you normally do and you won't have your money working for you. Put your monies into the 401k that we discussed. Put your monies into some investment vehicles. Invest in yourself. Start a business. Get these passive incomes going. I can only say it enough. You're going to need it, ladies and gentlemen. Because 2 years from now, everything that you think cost is high right now, what if it cost another just 10% more? Just what if it costs another 20% more? But heaven forbid if it costs another 50% more. Now you're going to be up a creek without a paddle. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.